Fabulous. Here we go. Let me just prepare this, and we're going to get right into it here. Just a second.
Like you do.
As you can see, I'm also recording it this time since we missed things last time. Just a second.
Like you do.
Okay. Let me get some music going here. Let's get started. If I can make this play. All right, so last we left off, the group of you were traveling through the Moathouse near Hommlet, exploring the dungeons beneath the Moathouse above, and you had made your way through many encounters. You defeated a group of gnolls, and you'd managed to put down a pack of gnolls, and you even cut to pieces a giant crayfish before finally heading down a slanted corridor, one that slanted northwest, and it was a long, narrow corridor, and you moved along it. The recording stopped right about here, and JB was at the head. He listened at the door, didn't hear anything, opened the door, and was immediately pelted by arrows, shot by crossbows from men that were on the other side of that door. There was also a third man, an armored man in purple and black plate mail armor with dark black robes on, with a beautifully chiseled face.
He's not that beautiful.
Very good-looking man who seemed to be at the head of these men. A battle began, and you started fighting guards, crossbowmen, and a bit of a pitched battle began before Brother Rygar cast a silence spell on the Dark Priest's holy symbol, driving him off down a corridor to the south, along which there are positioned several more crossbowmen. And now you are at the intersection of 3 different pathways in the midst of a battle against numerous of dark champions. You've managed to already kill several guards, a couple of bugbears during this battle, as I mentioned, the giant crayfish. 2 more guards lay at your feet right now. As I mentioned, as I mentioned, the priest has fled south, and he's currently along near the end of that hallway, which is lit by torches, getting ready to move along, turn that corner there that you can see on the map. There are 3 crossbowmen in that hallway, kind of guarding his escape, to the left and the right of the hallway, sort of keeping a pathway for him to zigzag his way through there. There are also, coming from the diagonal corridor that you came from, a group, or you hear the sounds, the roars, the battle roars of recent enemies. Your good friends, the bugbears. More of them seem to be coming running down the hallway, and they're just kind of entering the light sources beyond and you can hear them sort of growling at that particular flank. And then the third corridor, the one directly across from where you entered, the one that heads to the west, has just opened, and you hear the sound of booted feet moving towards you, the sound of spearmen charging towards you as well. Let's go ahead and roll initiative from there.
All right.
Is everybody here? I can't hear any. I'm not hearing anybody. Except for
sorry,
me.
admitted. Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Yeah, I can hear you. I love JB's
Okay.
name.
I'm here.
Here.
Are the bugbears coming down this way?
They're coming down that long diagonal hall. I don't have the map right in front of me because I'm making a note here.
Mm-hmm. How? Oh, hang on. This. How big are they compared to the hallway? Like, are they barely
The
fitting down it, or
bugbears,
are they,
yeah,
like,
they're
fine?
big. They're big. They're large. They're large creatures. So they're like 8 feet tall, covered in hair, super muscular, carry weapons, usually wear hodgepodge armor. That's what
Yeah, I
you fought the
mean-
other two. That's what they look like. So
Yeah, I mean, like, is the hallway like 9 feet tall and they're like fine, or they're like barely fitting down this? I don't know how big this
yeah, I
is.
believe that's right. I believe the hallway is exactly 9 feet tall. So I think that they're rushing down the hallway.
Okay.
And are not impeded by the height. I might even be wrong about that. Let me just make sure here. Dungeon level. So it looks like might be 10 feet. Yeah, it looks like that's about a 10-foot. So the ceilings are 10 feet in this particular area. A little further down. Okay, so the narrow corridor you just came through was 10 feet. The ceilings in the main chamber that you're in now, this like double wide chamber, and the chamber that heads to the south, the one that heads to the west and the one that heads to the south, those chambers, which are a bit wider, they're actually 12-foot ceilings.
Okay. Never mind.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to do some math on
All
how
right,
much
so
I could command these guys.
I'm gonna call out, and you give me your initiatives. Nick, when is Brother Rygar? What's Brother Rygar's base?
Nice.
5.
JB,
2.
Tuctrin, what about Ren? Bud, what about Ren?
1.
Nice. Greyash, David,
1 on the dice.
and what about Sir Roderick, John?
4.
4. Okay, let's go ahead and with back to you, Dom. Are you there? Cannot hear you, Dom. Can anybody hear Dom?
No.
No.
I see he's unmuted, but I can't hear him.
Yeah, it looks like he's unmuted as well. Is he?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
It's Zoom is
His lovely
kicking my
voice joins us.
is kicking my microphone. I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah, I got a your internet connection is unstable message before we started.
Yeah, I'm getting a bunch of weird messages from Zoom the whole time, but it's working now, so
I
let's
think
just roll with
it's,
it.
you know, your Italian
can't handle it.
mafioso connections, like your internet that fell off a truck that you now got.
Yeah,
thanks to those.
yeah. You know that happens. I'm gonna have to call a guy who knows a guy to get it fixed.
You got to talk to Giorgio, see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, so let's. What was your roll on the die?
I rolled a 4 on the die.
Okay, so let's go through declarations. What's Ren up to, bud?
A bow.
Bo,
So it'd be
and so
8.
8, and then what about Greyash?
think I am.
All right, think about
I
it.
don't-
Pete, JB, what's JB up to?
Oh, 9.
Bow 9. Okay, and what about Sir Roderick?
Attacking with my broadsword, so that's an 8.
Okay,
Hmm.
and then
It'd be 11
Brother
for me.
Rygar.
Morning Star with a 12.
Okay, oh yeah, sorry about that. Dom, what did you say, a 9?
11 for me.
11 with the axe?
Yeah.
Is-
And how many of them are there again?
Well, so there's a number of them. You're not exactly sure how many of the creatures that are the bugbears that are coming from the diagonal corridor, how many of them there are. You just hear the sounds of them. Same goes for the spearmen that are coming from the path opposite of you. They're coming down the dark corridor, so they're not really particularly visible. They're also like even with you, so you can't really catch. You can't. They're not side by side, so you can't catch them. But you do know that there's at least a few crossbowmen down the corridor to the south, and you can see the beautiful man priest at the end of that hallway. You can just see his like robes flourishing. So, what about you, Grey Ash? What's you up to? And your declaration came back to you.
I think I'm gonna Null's Reckless Swimmer to Magic Missile. The bugbears coming down behind us.
So you're gonna do that would put you at a 2 then?
Yeah, 2.
I'm sorry, Nick. What was Brother Rygar's initiative again?
It's a 5.
Well, what was with or what are you doing actually? Did I pass you up?
Oh no, 6.
6?
What is Gray Ash's initiative?
6.
Can I just shut the door?
You
To
could
the
shut the
bugbears?
door. Yeah, you could shut the doors. You could hold. Yes, that is absolutely something you could do.
Well, I don't want to mess his. I guess I can wait till he does his magic missiles and then shut the door.
If I see you closing the door, I can I'd be able to see that, right, and just shoot at
It
someone
doesn't
else.
matter.
All
If
right,
he
here's
sees-
what's happening.
wait,
Brother
wait,
Rygar's like,
if he
David.
sees the
Grey Ash
target-
is. Yeah, Grey Ash just moving his hands, and Brother Rygar is standing there with the door. Go, go, go! You know that's what's happening right there. We'll just imagine that's what's happening.
Mhm.
And then
If-
you're just delaying your action to the moment that Grey Ash fires off magic missiles. That's totally fine.
Okay.
All right, so let's get then to so Brother Rygar, I'm just going to put you at basically at 6 as well. And this music ain't doing it for me. We need to up this. Okay, let's see here. And I got looks like that's an 8 on the die. Okay. All right. So first up is actually, in fact, it's Grey Ash. So everything starts to move, and you know, all you hearing like this yelling from one corridor down, and this roaring from the other corridor, and this sort of fortifications that are taking place on the northern corridor, or the southern corridor, and your magic missiles go flying into the darkness towards the approaching bugbears.
There's 86 in the wild search. There's magic missile and whatever the fuck 86 is.
Yeah, just tell me what it does.
A small black rain cloud forms over target.
So it does work as the spell works, and it has this additional effect. Okay, that's great.
Magic missile is 2d4. Why? They're already
Aren't you 5th level or are you 4th level?
3rd.
3rd level. Wow,
I'm
jeez,
still
that's
3rd.
that's just the wizards.
4 damage.
That's
2d4,
awesome. Now,
and this is
okay. As the bugbear roars down, you just see this, like, you know, kind of white, hot cut along its side as the 2 magic missiles pierce into it. It just keeps on roaring, running down the hall.
5 damage.
Total of 5. Oh, so that was... Wait. The first one
This
was...
is 2.
Oh, I'm sorry.
2d4 plus 1.
So
It's
it's
each missile is
1d4
1d4
plus 1 and
so it's-
1d4 plus 1. So
it's
it's 2d4
Yeah.
plus 2.
So it's 6.
6 damage. Okay, that's great.
I'm not smart.
You're doing fine. All right, so that was at 6, and simultaneously, Brother Rygar, you close the door. Now, what are you doing when you close the door? Like, you say you close it, but what does that mean? You're
Can
just
it be
gonna pin
barred? Can it be barred?
It is not barred. It does have a lock on it, though.
I'll lock it.
It's like a key hole. Like, so you'd have to have the key to lock it. Or a thief.
I will
Okay.
hold it with my. I'll just
Pick
hold
the
it with
lock.
my strength for right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Hodor,
That's good.
Hodor.
This is gonna be.
Well, I mean, how did
right? Hodor. All right. So yeah. All right. You're holding the door. All right. So that's at 6. At 8, Ren is up with the bow.
All right. I'm looking down, I guess, the west. I'm going to shoot one of the spearmen, whatever is the closest one. There we go.
Okay.
10 hit? AC 10?
AC 10 does not hit. You see that
I missed.
as the guard is running down the hallway, it bounces off of his leather armor. No scale mail armor. Let's see. And then just after him, JB also with the bow.
I'm going to aim and fire at one of the guys with the crossbows. That's their only ranged weapon, so if there's one who looks like a leader, I'm going to aim for him. Otherwise, meeny, miny, mo.
Well, you can essentially easily see the first 2 crossbowmen. There's one that's close to you. There's one another like 10 feet back, and then there are 2 guards that are standing there in front of those 2 guards that are sort of engaged with you. They're sort of standing in front of the doorway. Anything behind that is a -8 called shot. You can see the guy, the priest. You could try to go for him, but anything beyond those 4, and you're shooting through a crowded hallway to hit somebody.
All right,
pretty
I'm
distant.
just gonna fire. Aim at the
right.
guy closest to me.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and take a shot.
All right, big money, big money, big money, big money. 15, so that will hit AC 3.
Well, that does it. Give me your damage.
And 5.
Dunk. Ugh.
What you get?
All right, so the one next to the guard that you just hit, that's like right up there, the closest one. By the way, that one is prone. He was knocked down last time, if you recall.
I did not recall.
If all of you, he's not prone to you. He's really more in front of Roderick and Tuktrin, who are right up in the front.
He's the one Gray ass shot 2 crossbows at.
To remind them. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think you guys are everybody's gonna go before they go. All right, so Tuktrin, you're right up there in front.
Yep, I'm just gonna swing at the closest one.
I think I was an 8 too.
Oh, I go on 11. He goes before me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I miss you there?
Yeah, I go on an 8.
Oh,
But
I'm
I
sorry.
think
I have you on a 12 here, John. All right, so you go on an 8.
No, 12 is Tuktrin. I have broadsword, so 4 plus 4 is 8.
That's great because I also had Tuktrin at 11, so I'm doing A+ job over here to start this combat. All right, go ahead, Sir Roderick.
Okay. I hit 3 AC. I'm just there were two standing in the doorway.
Well, they're like in the doorway. They're right in front of the door. One of them just took an arrow from JB. The other one is lying prone and like pulling himself up from the ground.
Okay, these aren't the two bodyguards that were there.
They're the bodyguards, yeah. And then behind them, further down the hall, where the beautiful man went, he went running back behind that, and further down that hallway. There's a couple of crossbowmen, and then there's spearmen coming from the east, running down that hallway, but they're not there yet because they have not met their initiative.
Okay, I hit one of the guys in front of me. Let's just say left side.
We'll say the guy that's not prone, unless you want to tag somebody while they're down.
Not prone. The
Paladin.
guy's probably standing up in front of me.
All right.
Because I think I was engaged with one when we left off. Yeah,
That
so
might
I hit a AC of 3. Don't know what their AC is, but what are they wearing? Chains?
Yeah, he puts his shield up to try to. He's got scale mail and a shield, and he puts his shield up to block you, and you find a gap in between his shield and the armor beneath it, and you're able to run your sword through him. How much?
I'll thrust in for 11 points of damage.
All right, he looks down and blood pours out of his mouth as you kick him away. He falls dead to the ground. All right, so that was on 8, which actually would have been before JB shot. But actually, you know what? That's fine. Yeah, that would have been before JB shot, but the results would have been the same. And then finally, Tuctrin is it, and then we'll get the second shots from the bowman.
Okay. Closest one to me.
All right. Well, there's one prone right in front of you that's pushing himself up, and
Okay.
then there's the next closest is probably the front spearman at this point, because you go on 12 and they go on 13, so like they're right there.
Okay. So I'll hit the prone one, or I'll try to hit the prone one.
Yeah, sure.
I'll
I'll give you what? That's like a plus
Plus 4.
Yeah, plus 4. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, so then that means I hit AC.
Come on, man. You know
4.
you splatter. Oh, now that's a surprise. Now, actually, he doesn't have a
I
shield.
did not roll well.
No, but you still hit him. Because the shield is obviously not in play right now when he's on the ground. So
Nice.
you bring your axe down on him. Go ahead and roll your damage.
11.
Smashing his skull into the stonework below. Crunch on the ground.
Nice.
Nice.
bad
And
you have
then
an axe.
I
You
do
could
have
say-
my offhand as well.
You have your offhand, but there is nobody there at that
Okay.
when it's your time to go. So you're gonna have to sort of hold on that second attack. Don't want to let you have it.
I'll try. I'll move if I can. If I can't, if I lose the attack, that's
Well,
fine.
you can move, but you'll lose the attack. You just gotta wait for that one to come up to you.
Yeah, it's
They'll
all good.
attack you simultaneously. You'll attack simultaneous to each other. That's fine. All right. So at that point, then, boom! The guards they just crunch into the group of you. They fill that area up. The spearmen. They've got chain and shield. They're charging with spears. So the first two that are in the front are actually literally charging with spears, which are special in this moment. So one of them goes for you, Sir Roderick, and the other one for you, Tuctrin. Or
Alrighty.
Tuctrin. I'm bringing out the good dice tonight. We're not fucking
Oh, no.
around.
They are.
We don't like
They
this.
are -1 to hit both of us.
Okay, so wait a second though. Probably
So
not
if
even
it-
gonna hit.
Yeah, effectively, my AC is a 0 to them if they're evil, and
Do you have a shield, Roderick?
yes.
Does
Yes.
Roderick have a shield? All right, so Roderick knocks away the spear charge. He's well, not so easily, just barely. Wait, actually, that's AC. They're -1. Shit, it would have been AC 0, but -1. So AC 1. You just knock it away at the last second. It was nearing your face, and you just block it away with your shield at the last second. Tuctrin, you just duck down quickly and use your.
Did I
No,
even have to
you're-
duck? honestly.
Oh, true. I mean, he rolled a 9, and it was +4, or, +2 on the charge, and I mean, so it wasn't like a pathetic hit. He was on target. It was more your armor or thickness or something that would have blocked it off. But anyway, they are now in combat with you. The crossbowmen also fire. They fire in the direction of. You know what? They're going to go after JB and Ren. That's all there is to it.
Rude.
JB, that's going to be AC 1 for you. I think that does hit you, doesn't it?
That'll hit me, yep.
Let's see. 2 points of damage. Hope you can make it through.
Ow!
Battle another day. Feel
Your
the
mother.
bites.
Your
Of
mother.
Save your eye.
Nat brand crossbow bolts. They feel like a gnat bite. All right, so that was that was at 13. At 14, the bugbears hit the door. Boom! Let's see how this goes. I have a kind of an interesting way we could do this. All right, so this is what we'll do. You roll an open doors check, okay, to hold the door, Brother Rygar, Nick, for Brother Rygar, Nick. I'll roll an open door check for the bugbears to blast open the door. For every point you make your check by, I will give them a penalty to their check to break open the door. Because they are stronger than you, but you're in a good position.
You got to roll over.
You roll a d20 and you want to roll as low as you can. Like 18, like you get into the 18 strengths and that ends up being like where you're 11, 12, 13 in that range. So you're probably, what, like a 15 strength, is that right?
16,
16 strength. I bet you yours is like a,
9.
I would guess.
Mine's a
Open doors.
13, so
My open
What's
doors
your-
is a 9.
But we have
All
the
right.
power of friendship on our side.
All right, well, roll your open doors. It doesn't mean that they're going to open the door, even if you.
I got a 13.
Oh shit! All right, you're shocked by the power of their force into the other side of the door. They smash into the door. I still am going to give them a penalty of 1. You're still holding the door, and you didn't critically fail. You just didn't actively hold against it well. So I'm still going to give them a penalty. And let's see if they break open the door, and that is going to be a yes siree on a 2. The door explodes open. And I am going to say you take D4 damage here from the exploding door shards, and that is 2 points of damage for Brother Rygar. And there stands a ferocious bugbear. And you can see others behind just waiting to get into your midst. But fortunately, that does take up their round as they broke through the door. So we'll go back around to... we'll do our end of round actions. And that means Ren and JB take your extra shots.
I'm just gonna keep on aiming for the guys with the crossbows farther down the hall.
Let's just say, too, that this giant bugbear that just broke down the door looks pretty pissed off as he's looking at the group of you, and his eyes fall upon Greyhawk, who burned him with these 2 scars from the magic missile. Did you guys roll your attacks?
Oh, not yet.
Or am I going to just keep
Question for
monologuing
you,
until the
Elvis.
end of time?
I was waiting for you to finish monologuing. Come on now. All
I was
right.
waiting for you to finish rolling.
That's 18,
Hmm.
so that's gonna hit. Where did I go? There's.
Well, first of all, who are you attacking?
I'm firing at just the next closest guy with a crossbow.
Okay, so he's essentially the first crossbowman.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he died. The first one. I thought
No,
two
the
that were-
first guy you was the guard in front of the crossbowman. He was the closest one to
Ah, okay. All right. I missed that part. So, yep, I'm firing at the closest guy. If it's the same guy, then cool. But yeah, the first.
It's a new guy. He's fresh.
Okay.
He was one of the ones who fired at. He was actually the one that just fired at you.
Fresh meat.
Like he's
Well,
looking right at you, and you're like, pull the
Well,
bow.
I hit AC 0, so I'm assuming.
Oh
I
yeah,
hit
yeah,
him.
yeah. So it goes flying. Imagine the flight going, sort
And-
of passing through the melee that's happening all around you,
And I just did 8
firing
points
down the
of damage.
hallway and launch. What?
I just did 8 points of damage, so.
Oof. Lodges into his chest. Ugh.
So on the map, Tucker and I are kind of in front of this doorway, right? There's
Let me look at the
Tucker and
Yeah,
there's
Yeah.
I'm below
me.
you.
Yep.
I'm the.
Okay, you're there. Rygar's behind, and then Gray Ash. We're all kind of just jumbled up in here.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. I was just wondering. I don't know what that.
Heroes.
What's the spacing here? Because I'm wondering if everybody.
Those are 5-foot
Yeah.
squares, so it's side by side. So that's
But
a
so-
10-foot
Are the
square right
spear-
there.
But I
So
wanna
pretty
know-
much everyone is within the 10 feet of me.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest with you guys. I know that there are really specific rules about square stuff like that. I don't play all that really that hardcore. Like I'm just gonna do what makes sense.
Rule of cool.
Yeah, I mean not gonna just follow the rule of cool. We're gonna play it. It's not gonna be like impossible. It's not gonna be possible for back row guys getting pummeled by some sort of melee. We'll make it sensible. But at the same time, I'm not gonna be like, well, it's 10 and we can fit this many, or 1 large creature, 2 mediums, and 3. No, we're not doing any of that shit. That's just crazy stupid. So, all right. So, what okay. So, what about Ren's shot?
No, first of all, are the spearmen right up against me now?
The spearmen are not against you. The spearmen are against Tuktrin and Sir Roderick. You're kind of like you're sort of in the bubble behind. You're like in that little bubble area. If you're looking at the map, you can see kind of where like Rygar is, and Brother Rygar and Grey Ash, and then you have there's like this spot, like kind of open area right in the middle there. That's sort of free from any of your enemies. So you have a little bit of
Okay.
movement space.
15.
Okay, that's 50. AC2? Do I hit AC2?
Oh yeah, for sure. Now, who are you shooting for? Are you going? You're going for one of the
Spearmen.
spearmen.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 points of damage.
2 points of damage. Okay. See, it clips like his shoulder. He knocks down, grips up at it, kind of gives you a scowl back. The guys, by the way, the crossbowmen are wearing masks. Like they have like basically black hood masks with like eyes cut out of them. And next initiative. Let's go to next initiative. Keep our initiatives. Let's go back to declarations. Let's start with you. We'll go back to you, Bud. What's Ren doing this round?
Same thing, 8.
Keep firing the arrows. And what about Grey Ash?
Right. Are the spear guys here? Still?
They're in
Spear
the west
guys
hall.
are in the western hall. They're coming from the western hall.
Oh, so the same direction the archers were.
No, the archers,
archers are
south
from
end.
the southern hall.
Oh, okay. Is it only archers in the southern hall? Sorry, but
So the only
I
things
posted
you
a
see
thing
in the southern hall,
in the
are-
Discord group. Hopefully, it's accurate.
Archers.
Just keep an eye.
yeah, there should be that you can see archers down the hallway to the south. That's
okay.
all you see are archers. But keep in mind, you got to like think about what this you'd really be able to see. There's like jumbles of people. You're looking down a hallway. You see people. You see archers. You see multiple archers, crossbowmen,
Okay.
and they're like they're
Um,
taking turns. They're like crouching down. One will fire. One will stand up over the other. You know what I mean? They're like firing and stuff like that. There are multiple crossbowmen. You know that the priest, the beautiful priest, in full in plate mail armor, shimmering purple and black plate mail armor, went rushing down in that direction too. And at this point, you actually can't see him. He's appeared. He might have gone around the corner,
Yeah.
down at the distance at all. But that's where you know he went.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what are you doing? I've set the scene adequately, I think.
Yeah, sorry. Life is hard. I think
Life
I'll
is
just
hard.
sling. Life is hard.
All right, gonna
If I
sling
can, I'll
that.
sling the bugbears that's coming towards me. Is there space? I don't know. If I can't.
Yeah, you can try to sling that bugbear. What's your initiative then? You rolled a 1. What's the modifier on that?
If I'm slinging, the initiative is 7.
Pretty 7. All right, and then what about JB? What is he up to this round?
I'm gonna keep on taking out the crossbows. We don't need projectiles coming at us while we're trying to attack the other end.
Okay, that's going to be a 9, and then Tuctrin.
So I'm just going again. I'm gonna just wade into the spearman. Gonna go at him.
All right, that's great, and that's what put you at what, a 12?
11.
11. Okay, and then what about Sir Roderick?
Can I pivot toward the other door from where I'm at? Toward the bugbears?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just sort of feeling like at this point you guys have all fought together enough. You can move through each other, switch off, that kind of stuff fairly easily without any real penalties.
Well, I see as Tuctrin's wading into the spearman. I'm just going to use my broadsword on this big bugbear that came in the door.
Are you going to come rushing
So
through
that
there
puts
then?
me at an 8. Yeah, I'm
Sounds
just going
good.
to pivot around and aim for the side of his head.
And finally, what about Brother Rygar?
Gonna blow my horn.
I was wondering if that was going to play a role.
So you're going to be tooting your own horn.
Yes.
You're literally tooting your own horn. All right, so we'll describe it. What is it? What happens? How does that? Well, okay, we'll get to it when you. So what is that? That's a miscellaneous magic item. I believe has an initiative modifier of a 3, if I'm not mistaken.
8.
Put you at an 8. Let me just confirm on that, just so I don't end up. Where'd my shield go? All right, so let's get started then here. First off, Gray Ash, you whip out your sling. Unsure of what to do, you whip out your sling. Begin swinging it over your head. Who are you firing at?
Roll fucking that one. The closest, the guy I already shot at. But
You rolled a nat 1. You rolled
Yeah.
a 1.
Miscellaneous magic item is a +3 modifier, yes.
You rolled a 1.
Roll the one.
Gotta feel like something bad's gotta happen. Roll damage.
On these.
No, you know what? No, don't even roll damage. You fire it off, and the stone goes flying off, and your sling goes with it.
Oh no!
So now just got
you
staff.
it just goes.
So now you
Yeah,
have
the
a
sling
staff.
piece. The sling piece goes flying off the staff.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right.
Stop eating candy before a fight.
+3 for miscellaneous magic
Yep.
item.
Okay, I got it. Finally, I got it on the sheet on the screen. All right. So that was at 7. Hilarity ensued. You know what? Go ahead, Brother Rygar. Let's do it. Let's do the miscellaneous magic item. You ready?
Did you, when I blew it the first time, did you determine what kind it was?
I must have, right? Did I
Yeah,
not
but
tell
I
you?
didn't. I didn't know.
The Horn of Valhalla we speak of. While I'm looking this up, this this
Well,
was
you gotta-
found.
You got to roll a 1d20, and since I've used it already, it's not an iron one because I wouldn't be able to
Wasn't
use
an
it.
iron.
So what does it sound like?
Sounds like toots. All right, let's see here. The Horn of Valhalla. There are 4 varieties of this magical device. Each appears to be a normal instrument until its command word is spoken. Then each summons a number of berserkers from Valhalla to fight for the character who summoned them by blowing the horn. All right, so you can just do it once every 7 days. It has been more than 7 days since you've last used it, so you can, in fact, use it. Summon fighters are armor class 4. 6 hit points per die, and are armed with sword and spear or battle axe and spear. They gladly attack anyone the possessor of the horn commands them to fight.
Spiritual.
Okay, so 50% are aligned. I see here. I think it was the what was it, you guys? Do you remember? I think it was it was a silver horn. It was a silver horn of Valhalla.
All
It
right.
was a silver horn of Valhalla. Yeah, I'm sure of it. In fact, I have that written down in my notes. I'm positive. Yeah, what am I talking about?
Hmm.
Of course, I can't easily find it when I want to have found it, but let us
sure
stay
if you
with
can
that
try
for
to-
now. Yeah, you didn't. We didn't write it down, did we? Huh? Good job on us. Well, I don't want to lose the pacing here by getting into this thing here. All right, so you blow the horn and go ahead and roll 2d4 and add 2, and that is how many berserkers appear from Valhalla.
Are they spiritual?
7 plus 2.
I think they're like dudes. 7 plus 2?
Well, if they're from Valhalla, they got to be spirits.
9. Let's see here.
I don't know. What is this magic item called?
I mean, it doesn't. It just they are second level fighters though, and they can be killed. So every one of them has 12 hit points. So there's 9 of them. You rolled a 7.
9 of them, yeah.
So there's 9. Each of them has 12 hit points. So suddenly, summoned by this horn down from Valhalla, the gates open and out come rushing 9 berserker humans wielding axes or swords, frothing at the mouth, ready to be sent into battle. Cuts and wounds and decades, hundreds of years even, of battle ingrained on their armor and skin and bones. And they appear, they rush down, and they stand before their commander, frothing and ready to attack. So where do you want to send them?
Attack those bugbears.
Well, they go rushing into the bugbears. All right, so they go fucking crazy because they're berserkers into the bugbears. I don't know if it would start immediately or if it would start the next round. What do you guys think?
I think immediately. But
Summon monster spells usually let you attack on the same round, right?
I would think.
I believe
that's-
so.
All right, we will call it that then. If we will make the rule then that for unless it says otherwise, summoned things through spells and other means are you can use if you summon them, they can attack on the same round that they are summoned.
Mhm.
So forth will it be. Okay, so the things go rushing towards the bugbears. And I mean, actually, the bugbear's large, so it's occupying. They can only really go after one. So they're just this giant group. I mean, they've completely filled the corridor. There's 9 of these guys. They're fucking everywhere right now.
We like it.
Yeah, you're gonna love this next thing that's about to happen. All right, so that that was at 8. Ren, did you already do your bow attack?
No.
Okay, well, like you see these things like they're rushing out of this portal from Valhalla, and you're like, shit, I better get off a shot before this happens, because you're actually simultaneous. So I'm gonna let you do your shot without getting interrupted by 9 berserkers amongst you.
Okay. Well, if they're going that way, I'm going
Yeah,
that
but
way.
there's just the space is too small. They're just all
Oh.
jammed up in there, and there's
All right.
one bugbear that's basically blocking the way that they have to defeat before they can even move anywhere.
Well, if it helps, I rolled a 21.
Yeah, that's a really special D20.
Yeah. No, 18. 3 to hit.
No. All right, awesome. Yeah, so you fire it at one of the spearmen.
2.
2
I'm hitting
more.
heavy, boy. I'm hitting heavy.
Don't use up all your good rolls to start.
Death of 1,000 cuts.
I roll a good and finally hit something, and then I hit him like in the toe.
Right?
That's his load-bearing toe.
You
right?
actually hit him in the other toe this time. The first time you hit him in his left toe. This is the right toe, so he's walking very gingerly now. So, claim that victory. All right, so that was at 8 as well, and at 9, Wait, Sir Roderick, I have not gone for you yet. I am so sorry. I almost skipped you. So you're actually simultaneous to the berserkers. I'm going to say you can, very much like I did with Ren, you can get there. You see, like, literally the portal opening up from Valhalla and these things rushing down. Yes, and you can get your attack off unimpeded.
Hit an AC of 2.
Oh, that's gonna do it. Yep. Managed to pierce your way through its thick fur and thick hide and its armor.
10 points of damage.
Shit. Ah! See, it kind of staggers a bit now, having taken the damage not only from your sword, but from Grey Ash's magic missiles earlier. All right, so that was on 8. JB.
All right, I'm going to, take another step forward and aim for the next guy with a crossbow. How many are left? Or how many can I see? I think there's the one I clipped and one other that I can see.
Yep, that's basically what you can see, but there's at least one more.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, clear him out. I'm going to aim for the guy I already hit. Camo. What do we got? That is a 2. That's not a hit.
Goes flying down the hall, bounces
At
off the
least-
side wall.
At least my bow didn't break
Blunk,
because it
blunk.
wasn't a 1.
All right, so that was at 9. Tuktrin. All right, so now Tuktrin, you're in the midst of fucking berserkers everywhere. They're not concerned about who you are fighting with, but they are still like, it's impossible for them not to impede the battle that you are in, Tuktrin, with the spearmen that are rushing from the western corridor. But you can kind of just like push him to the side or whatever, but you've got a spearman like basically right in front of you, and he's kind of, these guys aren't wearing masks, and you can see on his face, sort of a scarred old bandit. He's just kind of like looking around and is a little confused because like there's literally these berserkers everywhere, but they're not really attacking anybody. Like they're mostly they're just kind of milling about and like frothing them out. Like
They're being
trying
good
to get
henchmen
somewhere.
and waiting their turn.
Right. So I see the berserkers run out, and but these guys still got to go. So I'm just gonna blindly just start hacking into the closest one. I'm gonna
All
like
right, I love it.
the berserker rage is like, I'm getting into it. So I just got
plus
both
we
axes
have,
out, and I'm just gonna start going.
All right, so the literal and metaphorical heavy metal music begins to play as you go into the rage of battle and hacking to pieces. So go ahead and do your attacks.
Okay, this one hits AC 0 or AC -2.
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
So that one is 9 damage.
All right, so there's one spearman who was who you see to your side, who was on Sir Roderick. Sir Roderick moved back as he saw you moving into the fray. So he kind of he sort of moved to your flank a bit. So you got a bit of an eye on him, but you turn to face the one, this one that was kind of eyeing you basically, and you just hack him down right at your feet. He just falls dead at your feet.
I just sneer at him as he falls as I hack the next one.
All right, so make your second attack.
Okay, so this one is 9, 10, 11. AC 6.
Oh, I don't think that's gonna do it. No, he manages to knock your second axe away with his shield.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you have another attack at the end of the round, right?
I do. Yep.
All right, so just remind me of that at the end of the round.
Will
all
do.
right, so that takes us to their turn, and this is when it's going to get fun. All right, so first of all, you essentially have
That music shift, though.
I know, what is that? It's so fantastical. Oh, there we go. Tuctrin is surrounded by 3 of these spearmen, all jabbing and stabbing at him, hoping to pierce him one or the other. And that is not gonna deal with a 5, 8, and a 6. And he's just Tuctrin is just spinning and knocking blows aside with his axes, or ducking underneath them easily, or just standing still easily underneath the blows. And they're not able to spear him in spite of their efforts on all sides. The crossbowmen just fire into your group, essentially. There is a chance actually that they could hit the berserkers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them a +4 to hit something, and then I'm going to randomly roll if they manage to hit something. Let's see here. And that is 2 crossbow fired into your midst, and an AC 4. So let's see if that hits anybody in your party or berserker. Say a 50-50 chance of berserker. Otherwise, it's going to be JB or Ren, or you know what, it would be JB or Ren or one of those guys. And in fact, that is going to be an AC 4 on Ren. Does that hit him? Nope. All right, so the arrow comes flying through the midst of the crowd, and it deflects off of your armor. You kind of look down and like, oh. And that takes the stand of the guards. However, the bugbear is toe-to-toe with the berserkers. So now go ahead and, Nick, why don't you roll for the berserkers? Give me a couple of attacks from, we'll give them, I'll give you 3. I'll give you 3 berserker attacks. 2nd level fighters. So that's going to be Thaco 19. D8 damage if they hit. And a whole lot of frothing at the mouth.
Rolled at 18.
Oh, that's gonna
And
be a good one.
4 and a 16.
The 16 is an AC 3. And that's going to do it too. Okay, so 2 of the berserkers, they go rushing in, and they just basically throw themselves at him. One of them is wielding a sword. One of them is wielding a jagged long sword. The other one an axe, and they just hack into the beast. And go ahead and roll. That's a D8 each. So this could be fucking epic. What is
9
this?
points of damage.
I'm sorry. I cannot narrate this part with this music. I simply cannot do it. It cannot happen. Okay. That's close. The 3 berserkers go rushing at the large bugbear. It's snarling, looking to rip you limb from limb, and one of them hacks into his chest with the axe. The other one leaps up onto the axe haft and then hacks into the bugbear's neck with the sword, toppling the creature. And they just like land on him and go like all of the berserkers roar and immediately move to fill that gap that the bugbear was in. So they all just like they just immediately push forward to get to more of the bugbears. So kind of everything shifts. Imagine if all of you could, everything sort of shifts as everybody moves 1 rank in to that hallway. But actually it would be kind of 2 ranks in because it was a large creature. And then you see down the hallway to the south where the crossbowmen come running. Well, 2 men that you are familiar to you. One is two men, one of which is familiar to you. Both seeming to be professional soldiers in their way, wearing decent quality armor, the tunic with the flaming eyes upon it, each of them, helmets adorned, the cloak and everything like that. But one of the men, I've been referring to him as the sergeant. His face burned from his last encounter with you as leader of the attack on the Inn of the Welcoming Wench. He also comes running, and behind him you see many more guards. But more than that, you see running on the ceiling is the beautiful priest. He's running on the ceiling like as if his feet can stick to it, and he's bringing this cloud of silence with him as his holy symbol is hanging from around his neck. And so he runs towards that room, and everything goes silent. Like you're all in this like bubble of silence now. So all of the berserkers and everything, it's like the sound goes off, except for the ones actually that have moved down the hallway now. But that basically the whole area I think is 10 foot, so moves right to the edge there, and then an effect goes off, and the whole area is covered in web. So I think everybody's kind of near a hallway. So I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that if you make a saving throw, you actually can be out of the web in the hallway. In the closest adjacent hallway. And we've kind of... What's that?
I was just wondering which saving throw against spell, against paralyze.
I believe it's a saving throw versus spell.
Okay.
And I think you might get a dex bonus to your save on this one. Sorry, I should.
What's a dex bonus?
Right. That should be the name of your new character name here. Okay, so It's a saving throw with versus spell with a -2 penalty, in fact.
Do I get a dex bonus? Because
There is no dex bonus
rude.
to the save. And so it's 8 10 by 10 by 10 foot cubes. So it is going to get 2, 3. It basically packs this entire hallway area. Right? I mean, like this whole hallway area, even like the like it gets his men, the spearmen, and Tuctrin, and it doesn't really turn into the corridor with the berserkers and the bugbears, because it just doesn't really go that work that way. But it just packs in that direction, and again, everything goes silent. In fact,
And this is in this main corridor here.
that is in the main corridor. That is right.
In this area where we're at.
All webbed. If somebody wants to draw that on the map, who is more adept at drawing things on these maps than I, you may do so. Or I could do this actually
I
here.
mean, y'all saw my artwork. It was not really great.
Roll above saving for a saving throw, right? Roll a 20.
Boom. All right.
Mhm.
So this is what you do now. So all of you, you're in this zone of silence. But this web comes down and you just see it sprouting up from everywhere as the priest moves his fingers in a spidery way to conduct these webs all over this entire area. And as it's coming, you realize at that moment that you can possibly leap out of the way towards whatever corridor is closest to you. So that would put Tuctrin down the western corridor. He plunges way more in towards the spearmen. That would probably put JB and Ren towards the southern corridor since they've been firing
Mhm.
in that area. And arguably the rest of you would be more towards the bugbear corridor. But if you have a different opinion of that and you want to argue it, you can also argue that to me as well.
I was after the spearman.
In fact, you know what? I will say this: if you make a nat 20, like John did for Sir Roderick, you can choose any of the 3 corridors that you want to go down. So otherwise, you got to go down whatever corridor you make your save. But right now, if you want to make your way out of it, saving throw versus spell -2, and everybody's in range.
I made it with a 15.
All right.
Boom.
Let's
I
see.
made it with a 17.
Wow.
I
rolled,
rolled an
20.
18.
Jesus.
Did not need an 18 actually, but I got one anyway.
Yeah, I needed a 15, but got it with
I
two
needed an
instead. I'll
11.
take it.
What about Grey Ash?
I rolled a 13. My spell save is 12. You said it's -2.
Yeah.
It
so it'd be-
is -2 penalty.
So I fail then by like 1.
All right, so you are
Just don't
stuck in
do
the
it
web.
self
What's your
without
wisdom?
sling.
Grey Ash, what's your
Uh,
wisdom?
This isn't a mind affecting spell.
8.
But you still
Oh.
get a pluses to spell, saving throw versus spell with your wisdom.
Mm,
I thought you did
Yeah,
anyway. Is it just on mind stuff?
I don't have high
it's
wisdom.
just mind affecting spells.
Okay.
Anyway,
The dex bonus doesn't come into play on that.
I mean, it
Avoiding
doesn't,
the
I
web.
read the spell. It doesn't say, it doesn't say anything. So, I mean, I kind of want to give you the dex bonus on. You know what? I am okay with the dex bonus, and we will apply that to everybody because that's a spell you guys are going to use too. So I will apply it to the enemies as well if you feel okay with this.
Yeah, I
think-
feel it's appropriate. Since you're leaping
Logically,
out
it
of the
makes
way.
sense to me.
Yeah,
So, Grey
okay.
Ash, if your dex would save you or give you any bonuses,
No.
it would not. So it actually has no outcome on this whatsoever. So
This is a
Grey Ash
terrible ruling.
is frozen in the webs. All right, so you see that, and of course now there's these 2 right at the edge at that southern entrance where Ren and JB just jumped into are the sergeant and the lieutenant, these two badass looking villains basically. And on the ceiling in that area is the priest, this beautiful priest, this beautiful man. Again, it's totally silent. Tuctrin, you've just pushed your way further into the mess of the spearmen, and now you're able to deduce that there were a total of half a dozen. There's now 5 of you since you've killed one of them, and on the other side of it, the 3 of you, or the 2 of you, because obviously Grey Ash didn't make it in there, but Brother Rygar and Sir Roderick, you would have moved into the corridor where the bugbears and the berserkers are. Or actually, Sir Roderick, is that what you wanted to do? Do you want to go into that corridor, or where would you like to go?
That's fine. I'll move into there.
Okay, yeah, you have the choice because you made your save, but you move in there kind of following the tide of the berserkers. And actually that moves you out of the silence. When you move into the hallway, you are out of the silence. So again, it's like all of a sudden, boom, like this cacophony of noise hits you because it was just completely silent. And all of a sudden you hit this huge wall of noise. All right. So we're back around to initiatives. And
I didn't get my second attack.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Ren.
I didn't get mine either. My
Okay.
last.
Everybody's
By the
second
way,
attack.
I did roll a 20 on that dex or save.
Oh, then Ren, if you would like, you may
I
also.
was behind Tuctrin. I was kind of going in the same direction Tuctrin. I was kind of behind him, shooting over his head.
Okay, well, you can move on with Tuctrin, but just keep in
taking the
mind
easy
that
route, huh?
Yeah. You in front of me? Yes.
I'm going to tell you, no. If you go with Tuctrin, though, in this instance, know that you are going to be, to get out of the webs. No, you're going to be moving into melee range. You're going to be, which is fine. You can pull your swords and your weapons, but you're going to be moving into the fray.
Okay.
Which is fine. All right, so you go do that then. So leaving JB alone with the lieutenant, the sergeant, and the high priest.
Thanks, guys.
No one had a torch, right?
I don't think anybody had a torch.
Okay.
There's torches in this. Is there webs in this hallway here?
There are no webs in the southern hallway. The torches are only in the torches are where the white circles are. The webs are in the area where there's no torches. But there are torches you could potentially grab,
Roger's got a lantern that's lit.
That's right. Roderick does have a lantern that is lit. That's fair. That's right.
I was just making sure that we're talking.
All right, so let's get back to declarations. Then we're back around to the initiative. So let's.
Well, no,
Wait.
I hit.
A whole bunch of us.
Oh wait,
haven't
yeah.
gotten
Go
our
ahead.
second
Do
attack.
your attacks. That's right. I'm so sorry. Do the. I get excited. All right, so.
We all get excited.
19. AC -1.
Oh, that's good enough. All right, so yeah, you hack into another one of these spearmen.
For 10.
So this is the one that you had just pushed past, and or that Roderick had been engaged in, and he had moved away from, and he was kind of at your side and at your back, and he had sort of, in a cowardly way, tried to, get at your back and attack you, and you just turn your axe on him and you just split him, split his skull straight in half, and he falls down. The last thing he sees is your axe in his face. All right. What about Ren and JB's and end of the round attacks?
You said I moved into melee range, so I couldn't get it.
That's true. Yeah, it would have happened before your end of the round attack. So yes, you would have been pushed into melee. All right, what about you, JB? And it's the same thing for you. It's the same thing for you. You got pushed into that room. You dove out of the way into the room, and now you're surrounded, or you're in melee with the sergeant and the lieutenant. So you lose that attack as well. All right, so let's go back around to the initiative then. Finally! That being said, pushed into melee though you are, though Ren is, Bud, tell me, what is Ren going to do this round? There are actually just 4 spearmen remaining. So essentially 2-on-1 and 2-on-1 right now between you and Tuctrin. Ren,
Oh yeah,
What- what
so
will
roll
it
a
be?
3, it's 5, and then I have Dex 2.
Oh no,
I
you don't
hope-
have to roll another initiative. You still have
No,
your
no,
your
no,
die.
no, no. I rolled a 3 originally. I'm trying to
I
figure
have
it
you
out.
I have you at a 1.
No, 3 with my Dex adjustment. That would have been 1.
Oh. Well, that's
So-
fine. You can just tell me whatever it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, then I guess it would be a 6 with my longsword starting and then the axe.
All right. What about Grey Ash? So Grey Ash is in the webs. Now, you can do some things in the web. It's not like you're completely paralyzed in the web. But
Yeah, there's not much I can do.
yeah, now the thing is I will say this, is you were pretty close to the edge of the web. So
It's I don't have high enough strength to move. If you have
yeah,
less than 30
that's right.
strength,
You
you
less
literally
than
can't
13. Yeah, you can't even move.
I have a question. I'm I'm just outside the doorway.
Mhm.
He's right there.
Yep, exactly.
If I just use my natural initiative of 4, can I snatch him up and pull him into the hallway? Away
I
from,
would
out of the
say
bed?
that, yeah, because it says, I mean, it first of all, it says creatures with 18 or greater strength, and I believe that's you. You can move
Yeah.
through 2 feet of webs per round. So I kind of feel like he's in that area, like right
So-
next to the opening.
Yeah, if
And
he's
then I think that, you know, it even specifically says creatures less than 30 strength are stuck until freed by another. So like it implies that you could do that very thing. So I'm gonna say yeah, you can do that for sure.
my max press is 305 pounds.
No, I don't
so
think that's a
I'm sure
problem. Yeah, I mean you're
Yeah,
super
so I-
strong. I mean you could
yeah,
just
so I-
grab him.
Yeah, I'll just sheath my sword real quick, grab him, and yank him out into the hallway with me and Rygar.
I love that.
Is that-
That's
This
awesome.
what is that?
That's what I'm
angry
gonna do.
hallway
That's
or
what that's
bulky
what I'm gonna do
hallway?
on my initiative, which is a 4 since I'm not attacked.
Yeah, which hallway are we in?
We're in with the bugbears, the angle hallway.
Okay. Not sure which one's better.
But you're out of the silence now too, so if you have spells that you want to cast, you can cast them. Or
That's
I could
true.
just,
That's
or I
true.
could chunk you into the other hallway,
Had the silence? Okay.
flying wild mage. No, I'm just gonna. Yeah, when I go, I'm snatching him into the room. No.
All right, so you're gonna snatch him into the room now. So, David, I'm feeling
Yep.
generous. So I will say this: so Grey Ash, what you can still do something this round. He's gonna pull you out on his initiative. I'll say Grey Ash, you can do something this round, but your initiative is gonna be at the moment he pulls you out. That's when you're gonna start your countdown. You know, so
Okay.
he'll pull you out at 4. That's +1 for the die rolls, 5, and then whatever else you're going to add to it. So for this one round, you're going to bump up to 5. You can essentially get a +4 initiative penalty.
Mm.
Let's just say that. That makes it easier. So what do you want to do once you get out of there?
Fucking. Does that leave anyone else in the web?
I think everybody's out. Except for
Everybody's
JD.
out.
Okay. Would we be able to take his lantern and try to like light the webs on fire? Just get rid of them?
I like that.
Well, you know what? There is somebody in the web. There's a bunch of
Oh, there is?
berserkers.
Yeah, my berserkers.
A bunch
are
of
Uh-huh.
berserkers are in the webs.
They're just chilling.
I
No,
can roll
they're
the
trying to
training
get
book.
out. They're just all pushing. They're pushing towards the bugbear, and there's just like this giant group of berserkers, you know. So like, I mean, technically, you guys are in the bugbear hallway, but you're like, you're really, you know, we're kind of maybe overselling what you're actually able to do in that hallway. because there are just berserkers just doing
Yeah.
everything in their power to fight the bugbear right there.
I've-
And they're just crowding in.
I've accurately placed my character against the wall.
They're like, and you're like, guys, let's cast some spell. No, it's probably pretty tough.
Mhm.
But you're out of the webs. I'll let you
Where-
do some stuff, but just make a good argument for it.
Where's the main cleric at?
He's on the ceiling, basically right above where JB is on the at the front of the southern passageway. I'm not looking at the map, but
That's the Spearman hallway.
it's not the Spearman hallway. It's the one where the crossbowmen were.
Okay.
And actually, the crossbowmen still are, but they've been circumvented by the sergeant and lieutenant, the burned sergeant and lieutenant, who are now standing on either side of JB. But they are through the webs.
Where exactly is the cleric?
The cleric is right here.
Right in the doorway?
Yeah. And he's standing on the ceiling, and the ceiling's 12 feet tall. So he's, basically, his head is basically the halfway point. He's casting spells. Or he's not casting spells. He doesn't seem to be casting any spells. He just seems to be like pointing and doing stuff. Actually, do you have religion, Brother Vigar?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make your religion check.
Roll a 2.
Oh man. Okay. Just seeing him, you feel like he couldn't do this because he's the silence or whatever, and you sort of see this purple glow and this sort of sickening darkness shimmer around him as the webs went up, for example, or as he's moving across the ceiling. And you kind of put it together that he's using powers that are granted by some foul deity, probably Lulth.
They're
his
all foul.
patron. But that's how he's doing this, even though, he's using granted powers, you would say. But anyway, let's see. Declarations continue. What about Grey Ash? Did we already have established that yet, or no? We're still thinking.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do from where I am here. If you won't allow me to try to burn the webs, then
I'll let you try
holding...
it. I mean, do you have a source of fire to try to do it?
Did Rygar have a lantern on them?
Oh, does Rygar have a lantern? I know Roderick does. Aren't you there with Roderick as well?
I've got flint and steel.
Roderick was the one who has the lantern.
Yeah,
flint and steel's not going to do it. I mean, it's got to be like a torch or something.
I got a flask of oil and flint and steel.
The lantern is hanging from my backpack, so just hanging there on a clip.
I mean, you can grab it, and if you're asking me if you could get Brother Rygar or Sir Roderick's lantern and still try to burn the web in the same round, the answer is yes. It's no problem. If you want to grab, unless Sir Roderick is hell no, you're not taking my lantern. But as long as he's not avoiding you taking it from him, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I got other things to worry about than my lantern.
All right, so then that's a +3 on the initiative modifier. So then it starts at so it's essentially a +7. So you're going to go on an 8 with that then. All right, let's move next to JB.
So you said I got one guy on either side of me,
and one guy above you.
So
and none of them looks like a pushover.
So I probably can't fire my bow since they're that close.
No, you're in melee. You cannot use your bow.
Okay, then I'm gonna whip out my daggers and melee attack You said there was a sergeant and a lieutenant. If I can tell the difference, I'm going to go for the sergeant because I think he's the one who's previously been burned.
Yes, the sergeant is the one who's been burned. You see him. That's how you can tell the difference.
Okay.
You know, he's a little bit younger, but not that the other guy is old. I mean, he's like, you know, the one is just more like teenager-ish. You know, like he's like the evil version of you guys. Wait a second, you're the evil version of you guys. So
Rude.
he's the good version. I don't know what's happening right now. All right, so yeah, he's like, you know, a young evil adventurer kind of. And then the other guy is maybe a bit older. You know, like he's definitely like seems more experienced and he's kind of giving orders in a way, or he moves with more confidence. But they're both at you. Of course there is the cleric the priest who's hanging from the ceiling. Doesn't seem like particularly engaged with you, you know what I mean? Like not actively trying to do something to you specifically at that moment.
Yeah.
Whereas like the other two are like they have you know, they have weapons out. In fact, let's see here. The sergeant is got chainmail armor and a shield, and he's got this wicked looking Morning Star. And the lieutenant is actually got plate mail armor and shield on, and he's using a more traditional longsword. Looks like he might have had a military background. You've ran across guys like this before, and he is not. They're not the nice type.
And they're ugly. All right. Daggers to the sergeant. Now, see, you said I can tell he's burned, so he's not wearing any sort of helmet protecting his face.
Right, yeah, he just has like the little scoop helmet, like, and it has like little, I don't know anything about helmet terminology.
Like ear flap, chin strap.
Yeah, but the
right.
face is exposed, and you can see like there's like this burn that goes right like down the side of his face, and he scowls at you and he says, "I'll do what I should have done the first time we met." With his, and he's like swinging. He's got the Morning Star like this.
You mean
so you're going at him? What's that make your initiative at, JB? With your
that
dagger?
Makes my initiative
probably like 3.
I rolled a 2, and the dagger is 2, so that's going to be 4.
Okay. And let's get to Tuctrin and the never-ending initiative discussion round.
You know what I'm doing.
Hacking,
There's
killing.
2 guys in my face. They don't need to be there.
Hacking and murdering. All right, and what about Sir Roderick? Oh wait, your action is to pull
him into the room. Yeah.
Pull, and you know what? If there's something else small you want to do, like if there was like, I mean, like, I know you're not going to drink a potion, but if there was like something like along those lines, if there's something you wanted to do that was small, I'll give you that action. Think about it for a second.
Okay, well, as I'm snatching him out, and he seems to be going for my lantern.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I'll just reach into my pouch and take my flask of oil out and scatter it on the floor where the web is.
All right, awesome. That's perfect. Okay. I mean, that essentially happens at 7 because Grey Ash goes at 8, so it's like right one after the other. And then finally, Brother Rhaegar.
Can I dispel my own magic?
I kind of think we decide on that's a yes.
And I'm gonna
I think we decided that was a yes.
I'm gonna dispel silence 15-foot radius.
All right.
So he can cast spells on me because he's looking at me. Thank you.
He could cast spells anyway, so it doesn't matter. I mean, the silence is useless now.
Yeah.
All right. So all of a sudden, boom! This like huge wave of noise because there's basically like these raging berserkers going crazy, and they were just mostly silenced, and then all of a sudden it just explodes into this cacophony of rage. Let's go ahead and start with JB. You are surrounded on 2 sides by these evil men. One's. All right, go after Sergeant.
Sergeant, come on.
He also has a shield.
Motherfucker. 20. I don't think the shield matters.
Oh man.
Of course, it's my dagger, so it's a D4.
It's a double D4.
Yeah. That's a 4. Okay. Could not have gone any better. So that's 8 damage. No, wait
It's
a second.
magic, isn't it? Isn't it
this
plus
is
1
my
or something?
+1, yes. That's 9 damage then. Okay.
All right, so I have a house rule. I doubled the magic bonus on a nat 20. Just
Cool.
the magic bonus. So it doubles to 2, and you said so that's a total of 10. All right.
Okay.
Well, a good first strike.
It's probably my wind strike, so I had to make it good.
Are you dual wielding daggers, or is it just the one?
I've got 2 daggers out, but I only have 1 +1 dagger.
I mean, yeah, but are you dual wielding? Are you using your second one, which would be a -2 to hit? But might be worth it if you want.
Yeah, we'll give it a go. -2.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that is a 16, so that would be 14. That hits AC 4.
Just make it. All right, so yeah, he like puts up a shield at the last second. You dive underneath it and find a gap in his chainmail. Second strike. Choo choo.
Second strike
One
is
dagger
2,
after the other.
2 damage.
2?
2.
It's not nothing. All right, so that was at 4, and let's go to Brother Rygar this time. Your spell ends, then that's when the cacophony bursts open. I'll let you do something else too, Brother Rygar. If you wanna do something else small too, like kind of what I said for Sir Roderick. If there's something else you want to do, like
Yeah. 5 of you berserkers, attack that evil priest.
Okay, there you go. Half. Oh, actually, a little more than half. Break off. And I don't know how if JB is a man of much gratitude, but he may be feeling some gratitude right now as the 5 berserkers go run to his aid. Well, they start to because there's webs, so they're moving in that direction.
Help
I
is
am going to
gradually
rule that they have
away.
strength enough to move through the webs, even though that probably is. I'll say they're on the lowest end of that. I feel like berserkers from Valhalla could fucking move through webs slowly. All right, so that was
If they're not strong enough, they're enthusiastic enough.
at 6, and also Ren at 6.
All right, longsword into a swordman or spearman. I miss.
You're laughing. Was it really bad?
I rolled a 3.
Man,
Okay, axe.
I don't
and
know
then the same
anybody that's
spearman.
had a longer streak of bad rolling
Yeah.
than you, bud. I mean, seriously, dude. I
Yeah.
feel for you, brother.
Okay, the axe hits.
One day you'll have your moment of glory. One
Yeah.
day. All right, the
Melt
axe
your
does hit, though.
dice.
Mhm.
Melt your dice down.
I've already threw them
Melt them
away and
down.
bought new. Oh, I hit for 6 for the axe.
Boom. All right. There you go.
I say you can use the D20 roll on roll 20.
Yeah, bless the computer.
All right. So you feebly thrust out with the sword, and you're like, fuck! And then you just swing the axe down. You chop into this guy's head, and he goes falling to the ground. You use your boot to push him off of your axe head. All right. So that was at 6. And we are to 7, which is Sir Roderick.
Yeah,
Handing over. Yeah.
I'm snatching Grash out of the room, throwing my spare oil flask and shattering it on the webbed floor.
And then you hand the lamp to Gray Ash. And it's
Yeah, I
your turn,
see
Gray.
him. I see him reaching for it, so I'm just gonna let him get it. As
All right,
I'm
your
setting
turn.
him down.
It's your turn, Gray Ash.
Hmm.
It's actually at 8.
Okay, I try to burn light the webs up.
I have
Yeah,
no
this
idea,
hallway.
but there are saves for stuff like this. But so I'm just gonna roll a d20, and if I roll high, I'll look it up. But if I don't, then I'm not even gonna worry about it. All right, I rolled a 7. I'm gonna say that the webs ignite. So yeah, well, go ahead. Actually, go ahead and roll to hit. I just want to make sure you don't like. Just go ahead and roll. You're a wizard. You're not a thrower.
18.
Huzzah! All right, so you get a really nice hit right on where Roderick. Gray Ash gets a really nice hit with the lamp. Explodes on
that's
where Roderick.
6 hours worth of oil just was what I shattered.
Holy crap!
For. So there-
All right, so it explodes now. Unfortunately, berserkers are going to be taking some damage here from the web.
2d4.
Incinerating.
2d4.
Yeah, everybody takes 2d4.
not
Let's see. Is anybody else in the webs? None of you guys are in the webs. It's just
Don't think so.
5 berserkers.
Hmm.
All right, so 2d4 damage, 5 berserkers. It ignites into flames, and they take 3 damage each. Are you keeping track of that there, Nick?
Yeah.
For the sweet love of God, thank you. I got a lot of things on my sheets over here.
Hmm.
Or like,
Does that web continue to burn all down that hallway?
I think it's just like, yeah, like it's kind of like a whoosh.
Just-
you know what I will say? Well, because I sort of feel like
Since it's all over.
no,
it may
because Tuctrin and Ren got out of the web and further into the thing. So
it's kind of just.
I'm gonna
all
say it's
gone
gonna
now.
hit the 2 spearmen at the edge there. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna hit the 2 spearmen at the edge. Good call on that. So that was 3. I'll give those spearmen a couple damage. The ones at the very back. That would be a. All right.
how many hit points did my berserkers take?
3. Each took 3. So it erupts into flames, this huge fireball, whoosh, but it puts itself out really quickly as the fuel that it was using up is extinguished fast. Except for that there's sort of this trail, this sort of snaking trail of lamp oil that continues to kind of fire up. Not so much to be like particularly dangerous, like a roaring fire, but it's still burning off the last of the fluids. That was at 8. And the burned berserkers, they seem to care not a bit as they continue to rage, trying to burst in to help. Actually, you know what that would mean? That would mean that they get to go because their initiative was faster. So go ahead. Nick, why don't you go ahead and roll me 2 berserker attacks, one against the wait, is this corridor is wider than that? I'm kind of giving the berserkers this. I don't know if this is like this is totally arbitrary, but I feel like I'm giving the berserkers like 1 extra guy can fit in there because they're like so crazy and they're all like this mass. So I'm gonna say that there's 3 berserkers that can attack in that southern hallway down there. So you can distribute it as you will. There's the sergeant and the lieutenant, and there's also no, you're going after the well, okay, that's right. You sent him after the guy. So go ahead.
Yeah, 4 of them are on the bugbears, and 5 of them are on the priest.
Yeah.
You may roll for individuals.
Yeah. So the priest is in the ceiling, so 6 feet, hanging down, and so they're attacking like this. Yeah, I don't really think that's a penalty-worthy thing. I think that's okay. I mean, in one way they're up there and it's a little weird, but in the other way they're also the only thing and there's nothing else in the way. So I think it's kind of like offsets itself. So go ahead and roll attacks.
5 of them or 3 of them.
I'm gonna say 3. It's just 3 that can get, and they're almost just like these I don't know, they're almost animalistic. They're like crawling up on top of each other to try to get to this thing, to follow the command that you've given them and do battle with something once again on the prime material.
I rolled an armor class of 4, and that's the best one.
Dunk! Bangs off of one of its leg plates. I mean, one of its shoulder plates. The beautiful priest shoulder plates. And he looks down and he just smiles. This just beautiful, charismatic smile, almost like forgiving. And so that was at whenever that would have happened, at about the time that the fire went off, so about 9. Did I miss anybody up before Tuctrin? No, I think I got everybody. All right, Tuctrin.
Okay, gonna attack the 2 in front of me.
There are 1, 2, 3 remaining. 2 on you. 1 on 1 on your companion, Ren. The 2 on you actually both got burned by the fire of the web.
Well, we like that.
Backs. So they're
We like
both
that.
injured.
So AC 2 on the first attack.
Yeah, that's good enough. Their chainmail is scorched. Their shields, you can see that their tunics, their flame-eyed tunics have gotten burned up. How much damage?
9.
All right, yes, you hack him to bits. It's almost a bit of putting out of his misery, as you can just see. He's like scorched and outnumbered and outdone. Go ahead to your second attack.
AC
Offhand.
3,
That's going to be good enough.
and that one is 12.
Yeah, and again, you just swing your axe the other direction, taking out the other one, who had taken actually pretty severe burns and was looking very much worse for wear, sort of standing on his last legs. Almost fell into the blow as you hacked him down to the ground. There still is one that remains fighting against Ren. Let's see here, and let me go ahead and deal with the bugbears. So go ahead and make 3 attacks against the bugbears with the berserkers. There, Nick.
A 20,
Shit.
A
All right, there
17.
you go.
and a 16. So that's the lowest
20.
score I rolled
16.
is an armor class 3.
Wow.
3,
I think-
2, and a -1.
Dude. All right. Well, you go run. Man, these berserkers, they go rushing in and they just start hacking. Like I said, almost like vermin. They just are climbing all over each other to rip this thing to pieces. Go ahead, roll your damage.
Five points of damage.
5 total for 3 hits.
That was and 1d8 each, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5
Well, the-
total
Well, one of them should be max, right? Because it's a 20
or double damage.
double damage. So what does that mean?
You roll the die
You roll-
twice, or you double the die. Whatever you want to do. I don't care.
Okay,
Roll another 8.
6. This rolling low, man. I'm rolling like 1s and 2s.
You got a
and 3s.
total 6 damage
Yeah, that's it.
with
Ouch.
3 hits and a nat 20.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Wow.
feel for you, brother. That's. I mean,
Ran
that's
up to the bugbear and
that's
slapped it.
that's Bud level bad rolling right there. No offense, Bud. I feel for you, man. All right, so that was All right, so that was the berserkers. So let me now. There's still one guard. He's fighting his last legs. He certainly looks concerned. Like he's got he's a spearman. He's standing in front of you, Ren. He's got terror in his eyes, but it seems almost as though he's driven by something much deeper, something that makes him fear death. Fear even more than dying at your hands, that he does not wish to run away, and he goes at you with his spear, and you're able to easily deflect it away. You just knock it away, like almost as if his will, in a way, is kind of ebbing. On the other end of it, let's see here what the bugbear does against one of these berserkers before I get to... Oh my god, that is a nat 20. One of those berserkers is going down. In fact, let's just cross off the first berserker on that list. All right,
Roll a 1d4.
What's that?
Roll a 1d4.
Uh-oh.
That's a 4.
Kaboom.
All right.
Yeah, he just rips one of the bugbears. I mean, one of the berserkers in pieces. One of the ones that just hurt him. Let's see here. Okay. All right, so now that there's a volume and there's sound, you can hear the chanting once more of the priest. These dark and horrid sounds, just twisting language and burrowing its way into your brains. And as it does, his hands go forward, and coming out of it, this swarm of insects goes roaring out of his hands, zipping and spinning. And they come, let's see here.
Was that not interrupted by the bugbears? Yes.
Huh?
Like, did he get hit by the bugbears? I mean, not the bugbears, I mean the ghost thing, Valhalla guys.
They've never hit him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, never mind. I'm stupid.
Yeah, he hasn't been hit. The priest has not been hit. The priest has not been hit. Let's see here. Okay. This is not right. My apologies, guys. All right, and you see the figure of the priest seems to shift and shimmer and fade and disappear. All right, JB, you are currently surrounded on both sides by the lieutenant and the sergeant. The lieutenant walks up to you with his longsword, and he just sees you, and he looks down at you like you're just some sort of pointless waste of flesh, like he's just going to put you down like a dog, perhaps like the dog you are.
Okay, Dad.
And in his arrogance, he takes a weak swing at you, and you knock it easily away with your dagger, much to his surprise. The sergeant, however, does not take you so lightly, and he moves in, swinging his Morning Star around. And I think that's gonna do it. Let's see here. That is an 18 on the die. That's definitely gonna hit. Oh, yeah. Gives you a good whack in the head. Right. And that's 11 points of damage for that.
Jesus.
It looks to be pretty strong. Whack! I'm gonna enjoy this. You like wipe the blood from your mouth. All right, so that takes us to. Anybody else have extra attacks this round? Or did we do
I
all?
don't think I do with melee.
Tucktrin. Does Tucktrin have any more attacks? That's next round.
That's next round. I'm done for this round.
Okay. All right. Back around. Let's start with you, Grey Ash, this time. David, what is Grey Ash going to do? Round.
I guess I'm gonna. Actually, I'm gonna. Where I am now, I'm gonna read the scroll I have of Shocking Grasp. So I'll make sure.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh my god, I'm rolling. It's Wild Surge on scrolls, right?
What's that?
Is there Wild Surge on scrolls?
I don't think there's a wild surge
Okay.
on a scroll.
No, I think you
No.
have, well, I don't know. Maybe you're channeling the magic.
I think there would be a wild surge potentially. Oh, that's a good question though. Is it in the magic or is it in the caster?
He's the channeler of the magic, is what I would say.
Yeah.
I
What do you guys think? What do you want to do? What's fun? What do you think is fun?
You could do it.
I think it's it.
I think wild surges are fun, and I think we should say that it works on.
You could.
Yeah.
You could have him
It's
roll
the
a
caster.
spell fail chance, and if he fails, it surges. If it doesn't, it goes.
Yeah, that's what I just rolled. I rolled the level variation. I rolled a 20, which would be a Wild Surge.
I would say he's the caster.
Yes, let's do it. Okay, so wild surge. What does that mean? What happens?
So I guess I don't know what happens to the Wild Surge on a scroll. I'm casting the scroll because the scroll is a self effect, right? So let's see what happens. 94. So let's roll. Target hastened. Logging.
Oh,
So you're hasty.
you're hasty.
I am hasted.
Oh,
Wow, that's awesome. That's
what-
so cool, man.
What spell did you cast?
I'm casting
Shocking grasp.
Shocking Grasp on myself.
That's
And all of a
badass.
sudden, like you're like casting shocking grass, and then all of a sudden, like you just start moving like super fast. Everybody sees it. Well, everybody who can see
Awesome.
grass
Mhm.
starts moving like at a blur. That is so awesome,
Okay.
man. How cool is that?
But he cast haste on him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cast
yeah.
haste.
myself.
His
Wild
surge
magic.
hastened him.
So
He's
then,
electrified.
I kind of like it too. Like it almost is like the Flash, you know, like he's moving so fast that these electricity is building up around him.
Nice.
Not that I actually don't particularly like the Flash, but I.
How many years does that give you there? We were at
the 1 year, right? Haste
don't-
is 1 year, right? Something.
I think so.
know.
I think so. We'll figure it out later.
Then
All
I
right, so
guess I'll-
adjust your initiative things to that, to reflect that.
that would be 2.
All right, so well, wait a second. You're doing that. We're kind of getting ahead of ourselves because we
Yeah.
haven't. We're just doing declarations, but we'll
Okay.
play this all out here. So that's reading a scroll is 3. Is that right on the chart?
Oh,
I
maybe.
believe so.
Shocking Grasp is
Most stuff
duration
is
one.
3. Like it's a normal. The duration is
Modifiers
1.
one.
to initiative. Scroll casting time of the spell.
Hmm.
Oh,
So it'd be that
yeah,
would be a
that's
2 then.
interesting. 2. That's nice. That's pretty great. All right. So
Mhm.
what about Bud? What's Ren gonna do this round? There's just the.
He's got a 2 modifier to his initiative once he's hasted.
What is
Wow. God,
Yes.
that's
Sword
so
and
fast.
axe. Towards the spearman that's on me.
Right. Was that put you at a 6? Is that right?
5.
5. What is JB.
Dagger to the sergeant. He ruined my day, so I feel like if I'm about to go, I'm going to take him with me.
All right.
Level is haste.
That puts you at a 4. What about Tuctrin? 1 remains.
Got to get rid of that one. He's got to go. Well, so it's still me and Ren, right?
Yeah.
You're the closest one to me in
Uh-huh.
the experiment.
Yeah.
You could break. I'm assuming you could break off if you wanted to.
Yeah, I think, because Ren doesn't look like he's been stabbed 20 times, right?
Oh, remember, we've been at battle for a couple times. I'm not looking too great. Just, I don't know if you've noticed that while we were walking.
Yeah, we fought the guards and the crayfish, and
Right.
Yeah.
That is the nature of this beast.
Right. So I'm gonna, you know what? I'm actually gonna stay. I'm gonna take out the spearman, and then I'm gonna try to heal Ren afterwards. That's gonna be my flow.
All right, so that puts you at what? 11 again.
Still 11, yeah.
And then finally, Nick, what's Brother Rygar up to this round?
I'm going to take out my scroll of command and tell the sergeant on JD to surrender. That makes it a 9.
how many bugbears are in the corridor with us?
All right, now you're able to see them all. There's 4, but they're 4, but there's 3. There's one fell dead. The other ones are, like they were getting pretty well done by the berserkers, but then all of a sudden shit started happening, and but they're kind of occupied.
I'm wanting to do something at this point. I can fight with 2 hands if I drop my shield. I of course have the minuses, but I want to switch my broadsword over into my left hand, draw my longsword out with my right hand, drop my shield, of course, and that puts me at, with my strength, I'm at a normal attack on the right hand, and I'm -1 on the left hand. So I'm going to be fighting 2-handed.
Wait, strength? Isn't it's dex based, isn't it?
Well, it's a hit probability of +2 with my strength, so that's going to.
Oh, you mean it's offsetting in that sense?
Yeah, it's offsetting in that sense. So
okay,
yeah, I'm only
for sure.
-1 with my left hand now, and normal with my right hand.
Right. I got it. I got you. But I do think you do get. Do you have a dex bonus at all for reaction adjustment? Because you do get that penalty removed by that dex adjustment if you have it.
No, I've got 0, 0, -1 on my defense.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right. So that's what you're gonna do. What does that put your initiative?
I got a pretty decent thing. I guess we go with the best weapon. That would be an 8.
At an 8. Back to the action here. All right, so Greyash.
And of course, I'm going to be attacking bugbears.
Greyash, you pull out the scroll. Enhance speed. Go. And then you cast Shocking Grasp. Now, you can use it right away, right? Isn't that your intention?
Yeah. I plan on...
Who you gonna grasp?
Like...
Who you gonna grasp?
I was gonna run around this corner because I know they're fighting people here. I don't want to go up into the throng of bugbears. But there's also more bugbears here. It's annoying. I don't know which way has the least amount of... Not bugbears. I keep calling them bugbears. The Valhalla guys.
Berserkers.
Berserkers.
Alright. I did not see where you pinged on the map. So if you want to say where you're going... Oh,
so
you're gonna head to the south?
Yeah, to the south corridor.
Alright, that's right where JB is currently fighting 2... the sergeant and the lieutenant, and then several berserkers are all jumping around. They're trying to get to the priest who's hanging from the ceiling. So it's very crowded over there right now, but you can move through that. I mean, it's fine. The berserkers aren't really your concern, and they don't concern themselves with you. You know, you just move through each other.
He's hasted. He just floats through.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I just reach up and grab the priest's head to do the shocking grasp?
Yes. You absolutely
Okay.
can try to do it. That's exactly what the berserkers are doing. They're like, using. You can just try to attack him.
Yeah, okay. I'll try and shock
But I like that
the
you're trying to
priest.
grab his head specifically. You're like,
Yeah, because he's upside down, isn't he? So his head
oh,
is like
yeah.
the closest thing to me.
I really imagine it with both hands, though. You're just like literally trying to scoop his head. All right, so you have to roll to hit, I assume, on that.
I rolled a 14. I don't know how much armor this priest guy has.
Does the armor? He's wearing full plate. Plate mail? Does the armor? Is it all armor matters? You know what I mean? Like,
grasp.
What does it
Creature
say for that?
touched, saving throw, none. The creature casts a penalty until it is discharged by the caster touching another creature. So I just need to touch them.
Yeah, I don't think armor matters.
While the wizard must come close enough to his opponent to lay a hand on the opponent's body or upon the electrical conductor that touches the opponent's body, like a touch from the opponent.
I'd give anybody dex and then any magical adjustment bonuses on that AC. And so he has, let's see, let me calculate that then. I think you're still probably going to hit him, but let me see. Calculating that is dex 3, 4. That puts him at AC 6. AC 6 then. And you got a you rolled 16? Is that what you said? You rolled a 16?
14?
Rolled a 14. Yeah.
I have AC 6, so I think that's a hit.
Yeah, that's exactly on.
Huzzah!
Yay!
Were you the one who did the electrical ball shock? You were. Okay, so you're kind of legendary for this. So as you reach up once again, cupping your hands, this time in the shape of a beautiful man's head.
Yeah, and I do 5 points of damage.
Sending shockwaves up through him.
Just grab his head.
He says, please don't mess with the hair. Come.
Okay.
You did 5 damage?
Yeah. I rolled a 1. Way.
Yeah, that's alright. That's something. Alright, so that's at 2. At 4. Let's do let's see here. I think that's got JB. Is at 4. JB!
Sergeant Dagger.
Sergeant Dagger.
Up the nose.
Sergeant Dagger up the
Not
nose.
really up the nose. But I rolled a 17 and
That's
15 hit
close
last
to
time,
the
so that'll do.
nose.
Okay.
This close to nose.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you reach up, you kind of go in an uppercut motion with your blade, and you stab.
3 damage.
3 damage, and you don't manage to stab him up through the nose, but you cuff him with the hilt on the bottom of the chin. Sending you're hearing a loud cracking sound, and the crunch of teeth. You said 3 damage.
3 damage.
All right.
Goodness,
Not
bastards
nothing. All right,
never
so
die.
that was at 4, and 5 is Ren.
Oh, actually, don't I get? I just remembered I have the second dagger, so I can attack him again.
Attack again with the second dagger.
Something good. 17.
Why am I singing heroic music for you? You're not heroic.
I'm
I should
heroic
be like,
now.
dun 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 dun. As you're like marching, I will bring you to heal, you villains.
All right, so I rolled a 17, so it's minus.
Yeah, so you bring
15.
the dagger back around again, your other dagger.
Mm-hmm. So I hit him, and that time it was 3 points of damage again.
says, "You're like a gnat. You just won't go away. But you know what you do with a gnat? You smash him to bits with a morning star."
I don't think that's what you do with them now.
Scarred face, all twisted as he sneers at you.
That's what we call overkill.
Come on, I have a little minor villain here you get to fuck around and fight with. He's kind of fun. All right, so that was at... What happened? Did we do Ren?
Not yet.
Go ahead. Let's do
Longsword.
it. Yes.
This with the longsword.
It's the final spearman. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. He stands before you. You have an axe in one hand, a sword in the other.
AC 1 for the axe. Is that it?
You knock aside his shield, stabbing through his scale mail for
4 points.
4 points of damage, which is not enough to kill him. But you manage to cut him deep. Don't you have a second attack? Don't you have
The longsword missed, and then the axe hit 4.
Oh, okay. I did not get that part. He is wounded though, and that was at 5. At 8, Sir Roderick. Using your sword two-handed, stepping into the fray.
Yeah. The broadsword. 14. That I think lets me hit an AC of 4.
What are you attacking right now?
The bugbears.
Bugbear.
Okay.
One bugbear.
Gotcha.
With a broadsword in my left hand. So, AC 4 hits, right?
Yeah. Yep. Stab. You just plunge your long sword into the bugbear's thick fur.
The broadsword, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of damage, and then I swing at another one with my longsword in my right hand with a 16.
It's gonna do it again. Nice.
14 points of damage, and I say some people only understand one thing.
And it just looks down at you, and like just falls over, like its face is right next to you as you say that. Its last moments of life, its dying moments, hearing you shout that into its face, and it falls to the ground dead. There are 2 bugbears that remain. How long does do the berserkers last? How long do they go?
Turns. Or until dead.
All right. That's great. Hey man, you know what? That's what this is. Perfect moment for those things.
My AC, by the way, since I dropped my shield, is a 2 now.
All right.
But they're a -1 to hit anyway.
I keep forgetting the -1. Hasn't really played a role, but let's see here. That was... Where the fuck am I? That was at 8. So, Brother Rygar.
Let me do the berserkers first.
Yeah, let's do the berserkers first. Piling on after Sir Roderick had killed the bugbear. New ones, they just continue to pour on the remaining berserkers.
An 18, a 17, and a 13.
Jesus Christ. I don't think the 13's going to hit, but the other 2 are. 2 of them just reach up, leaping onto the berserker. All right, leaping onto the bugbear, hacking.
8 points of damage.
Swords. 8 points of damage. That's better than your last one, which was should have been much more effective. All right, so...
And how many can attack the cleric?
I'm going to say 2 because Grey Ash pushed his way into there.
A 3 and a 13. They missed.
Yeah. Yep.
And then on my attack, did the one that was talking shit to JD or JB?
Mm-hmm.
Do they have an intelligence of 13 or higher? Or are they more than six or more hit dice? They get a save against my command.
They don't get a save against your command.
So they're automatically commanded?
Wait a second. You said above how many hit dice?
With 6 or more hit dice of experience levels, they're entitled to saving throw versus spell.
Is there an intelligence one on one of those two?
Mm-mm.
No, it's not a fucking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
command 13.
Creatures with intelligence of 13 or higher.
All right,
More.
They don't get. So you said that to the lieutenant, right? It was the lieutenant you were speaking
Yeah.
to, right?
The one that was
Right,
talking shit the whole time.
Oh, the one who's talking shit the whole time. The one who's talking shit is the sergeant, with the burned face. Who's
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, I thought both of them were talking shit, actually.
I thought it was.
The lieutenant's more like the strong arm, like old soldier who's gone dark. You know, the other guy is the one who's like the braggart who he's got the fire burn thing, but he suddenly just drops the sword and puts his hands up.
It's only for one round.
I know, but that's what he does.
Yeah, so he won't be able to attack him this time.
Or not drops the sword. He drops his morning star and puts his hands up. And he's like, you can see it in his eyes. He's like you can see. He's like, why the fuck am I doing this? Like it's going through his head, but he just does it.
I'm gonna kill you.
Now that's dark. So that was at 9. At 11 is Tuctrin.
All right, I'm gonna look. So Ren just hit this guy with his axe, and I say, "Solid hit, Ren." And then I'm gonna attack the guy. 16 AC 2.
Yeah, that'll do it. And you know what's coming.
Yep. Because that's 14 damage. So like right where he hit him with his axe, I'm basically gonna like smash his axe into the guy's chest.
He almost apologetically, Tuctrin kills the creature kills the the spearman for Ren.
I look at Tuctrin and I say, "Why am I here?"
You provide a valuable service, Ren.
All right, and as you say that, that was Tuctrin, and as you say that, it's their turn. Behind Ren, appearing out of nothing, the priest appears.
Oh, cool.
And he has a staff in one hand, but it's kind of like a short staff. It's like a short staff. And then in the other hand, he has a. What am I thinking here? I believe he has a mace in his other hand. Yes, he has a mace in his other hand. And he just appears, like he moves out of the ethereal, and he takes swipes at you.
Is this ceiling dude?
What's that?
Is this ceiling dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Did I roll for surprised, or I just don't see him?
No, it's an ambush round, so he gets his ambush round from behind.
Okay.
But
Is
it's
he
just as
still
you're like,
promising?
thanks for the hype. You guys are like kind of joking after having killed the last of the spearmen. And he appears right behind you.
It's a disadvantage
That
being
is a
literally upside down, right?
14. Actually, he's not upside down. He's right side up now.
Okay.
But he the first is with this staff, and he just whacks you, and it's you can't even believe how much it hurts when it hits you. It's it absolutely whacks you with this staff. And that is 15 plus his strength is. You take 18 points of damage from the quarterstaff as he whacks you with it.
18 points of damage.
From the staff in his hand. Yes, 18
I
points
fall
of
on the
damage.
ground.
Oh man,
It knocks
You
me
do?
out. Yeah, my -8.
Ooh.
Oh Jesus!
Jesus.
I started with this battle with 10.
I like how the music immediately cut off.
Yeah.
God, dude.
Yeah.
Man, Red and I, on a personal level, bud, I am very sorry. But he takes his mace and he smashes Ren's face in.
Oh,
It's exactly what he would do. There's no sugarcoating it. He smashes Ren's face in. And he just smiles this beautiful smile right into Tuktrin's face as he does it. Like, and the blood's like spurting up. Ren's blood is spurting up onto his face.
I
He's
would
just
very much like
smiling
to take
at
my
you.
other 2 attacks right now.
All right, so the sergeant and lieutenant get to go as well, but of course the sergeant was he puts
He
his
is
hand up
not
for
going
surrender.
anywhere.
The lieutenant, however, takes his sword and you know what those berserkers are like coming all up in here now, aren't they? Or no, they're kind of clogging the doorway. No, now they're moving in because they can't see the priest right now. So they're all like in confusion. They're like all moving around in confusion, looking around, like kind of doing nothing essentially. So seeing that, the lieutenant shrugs and moves to stab you with his sword. And he drops his sword as he moves to stab you. He trips a bit.
Okay.
No, you know what? No, he bumps a bit into the sergeant who's just standing there with his arms up, and it knocks his sword out of his hands as I rolled a nat 1, and it falls to the ground right there. Wah, wah. All right, so the bugbear on the other side. Roderick, you and 3 of the berserkers are still sitting there, are fighting against this thing, but the bugbear goes at one of the berserkers. He takes this sort of giant morning star and just tries to whack this berserker, and he sure does. For 13 points of damage. I think that's actually, that kills him, right? It's 12 points is max. Yeah, just splatters his brains up against the side of against the wall. And then that was the bugbears. There's no more guards. Well, now there are guards. JB, you're in the hallway there. And in fact, Greyhawk, you're kind of right there as well. You see, running down the hallway, a whole other group of guards come running down the hallway, the southern hallway. You see 6 additional spearmen. Well, they don't know that there's 6. Just a group of them start coming, are rushing down the hallway to kind of reinforce the lieutenant and the sergeant. All right, so that was at 13 to 14. End of the round. Tuktrin is pissed.
Yes. Yes, I
feel
am.
so bad right now. I do not like to kill characters. I feel really
I'm
horrible.
just so surprised he did not attack me.
No, that's not his way.
Yep.
That is
So
not
I
his
am
way.
going to just let out this furious yell in his face, and I'm just going to go right at him with an nat 20. I
Are you
kid
fucking
not.
serious?
I
Yeah!
Dead ass
Awesome.
serious.
All the times to get one.
I've played with you plenty of times to know that you are telling this truth too. So I'm excited for you. All right,
I
so you
think
go
this is
rushing at him.
This is Tucker's first nat 20, I think.
Is it really?
Damn.
I
That
think
might
I
be.
got one on like an observation check.
It
or
might have
something
been
once.
early on. I feel like you might have had something against like a kind of a minor
So-
side fight thing.
And this is the offhand, so it's not the main. But
Still,
and you say we do or we don't double magical bonuses.
I say you double magic bonuses. I mean, that's the way I sort of feel. Like just magic, not the strength or anything else. Like
Not
but
the strength, okay.
plus, you know,
So 12.
just the magic bonus.
So then that would be a 20 damage.
Holy.
That'd be a 20 damage swing.
Well, that's all the rage and anger and frustration seeing your friend Ren fall before you in
And
such
so-
a horrifying way.
I turn and I bury my offhand into him. Is he still up?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, he is.
Because I have my third attack this round.
All right,
So I'll
go
hit-
do your third attack. I mean, he's looking at you like almost pleasantly. Like he looks down at the wound and he looks at it like, how could this be?
AC 0.
Ah. He takes a step back and you just see this like kind of purple glow just sort of shield around him, and it seems to deflect your blow away just ever so slightly.
Terrible.
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 I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so let's go back around. We're back to initiatives now here, and the fun continues. All right, so I'm so feeling so bad for Bud right now.
That sucks.
It's just it is the way it goes sometimes. All right, so Grey Ash, David, what's Grey Ash up to this round?
I don't have any good options here. Which is the least of the armored in front of me? There's two guys in front of me, right? One that's dropped his weapon and one that hasn't.
Yeah, so there's the one guy who's dropped his weapon and the other guy who's dropped his weapon. The one guy dropped his weapon because he was commanded to surrender by Brother Rygar through his spell, and he dropped his weapon for a round because he was commanded to. The other guy dropped his weapon because he feebly tried to attack JB and stumbled and bumped into the first one and dropped his sword. So they're a bit of this comic duo in the underground dungeon of the Priest of Loth. They'll be here all week.
Try them out.
Can I use my haste to try and grab both of the weapons and disarm both of them?
Like
basically.
get the weapons, both the weapons from the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would rule that you could do that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to say that would be an initiative modifier of 3, but you're super fast, so you're
Yeah, I've
essentially
got
going on
-2
2.
right now.
Yeah, so that's the minimum is 1, so you're at +1 and you have 1 on the die, so you're going at 2. So you're going to basically go first. JB, what are you up to?
Kill this motherfucker.
Neither one has weapons. Actually the sergeant is pretty injured.
Yeah, I'm going to kill
the
this
mosquito
motherfucker.
has bitten him many times.
I'm going
Okay,
to
so you're
kill
gonna
this
attack.
motherfucker.
So you're going to go on a 4 again. And what about Sir Roderick?
Bugbear killing time. I mean, left one.
Bugbear killing. There are 2. There are still 2.
All right.
One is injured. The other one is not.
I'm attacking both of them.
Tuckdrin, what are you up to?
I'm still raging at this
Should
guy.
I
dude. I'm not
even
done
ask?
with him. Yeah.
What's your initiative modifier, I should say?
It's 7, so it'll be 11 total.
That's the real question. When are you going to try to fuck this dude up? All right, and what about Brother Rygar?
I'm going to attack. I'll attack the priest with the Morning Star, and as I'm saying that, I'm going to tell my berserkers to attack the new people coming down the hallway.
Great. All right. So what's your what's your initiative modifier with your
That's going to be
star?
a 12.
Well, all right. So, Grayash, you're first. You quickly gather up their weapons. Very nice weapons, by the way. The Morning Star and the Longsword. Both quite nice weapons.
Okay. So both the guys in front of me are now completely unarmed?
That's right.
Okay.
Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. That's not entirely true. Both the sergeant and no, the sergeant has a shield still, so he could effectively use that. He also has a hammer at his side. He dropped the Morning Star, and he has a dagger. And same thing. The other guy has a hand axe and a dagger as well, hanging from his side. But like those are nowhere near the quality of weapons that you have in your hand. You pick them up. You're a fucking mage. You look at them. You're like, these are nice weapons. Like you don't even need you just know. Like you don't even need to know about weapons.
Okay. If I wanted to also attack this round, would I be able to? Because like normally with haste you can attack twice, but I don't know how much time picking up weapons costs.
I'm feeling good about it. Yeah, I think you can still attack.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
I'm not
Spells,
gonna be very
combat. Your broken sling.
You know, yeah, I'll
broken sling staff.
I'll cast another. I'll burn another shocking grasp scroll. This seems like a time to use shit.
Okay. So actually, I'm gonna say that goes off. I don't think you could double spells, but you just pick some stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so weird.
By the way, you do get an attack twice per round.
Yeah, but spells aren't sped up.
Yeah, but spells don't count.
I'm not
like that.
I'm not like doing an attack. I'm like
so I'm kind of feeling like
to
picking
pick
up
stuff up, I guess.
Picking up the swords and the spell seems okay though to me. Like so, I'm feeling okay about that. All right, so go ahead and do your spell then. That's at 3 because you would go next anyway. That would be at 3.
Yeah, okay. So I just I cast Shocking Grasp myself, and
the guy isn't there anymore. So he's but you do have the lieutenant who looks like a badass. I mean, he might not have his weapon anymore, but he has not a wound on him, and he looks like he's gonna be tough. I mean. He still looks tough as shit. And then there's the sergeant who's taken quite a bit of damage. There's a lot of dudes running down from the southern corridor, but then there's a bunch of berserkers that are going, like, rushing around the kind of smaller melee that the group of you have and rushing towards them to sort of meet them in the hallway.
Okay. I'll try and finish off the guy that's already injured here then, of the two. Rather than starting to attack like a guy that hasn't been hurt yet.
Alright, so the sergeant with the burned face.
Yeah,
JB's arch nemesis.
If you take my kill, I'm going to be very upset.
I doubt you will.
I'll roll the 16 to hit.
Alright, so yeah, he's got chainmail on and a shield. You manage to, like, he goes to, you quickly move side to side and put your hand upon like his shoulder before he can get the shield in place because he doesn't have a weapon. Go ahead, do your damage. Does he get a saving versus the damage at all?
7, no saves.
Nice. All right. You get shocked. Just when I'm done with your boy, I'll finish you off as well, he says to you through clenched teeth. Kind of jittering clenched teeth.
I'll die happily by my comrades.
All right,
You will
so
die first.
all right, so the sergeant is crispy. That was at 3-ish, and what about JB?
You said crispy. Is he dead?
No, he is not dead.
Stabby stab.
He's just a little bit, he's tender. He's crispy around the edges. All right, so you rush in, 1 dagger, 2 daggers, trying to take out this foe who sneers at you, who looks
15.
to take one more swing.
I rolled a 15. That hits 0.
Oh god, that's going to be good enough.
Should I even roll damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not what you want to hear.
I heard that's going to be good enough. I'm like, oh, okay. Is he dead?
Good enough to hit him.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 4 for damage.
And he's still alive. So how about that?
All right. I'm going to attack with my second dagger.
You're not going to be the one to take me out.
Second dagger.
Like swinging the...
20.
Are you serious? All right, well, you're definitely going to kill him. He has 1 hit point.
Okay.
So just go ahead and describe your kill.
Which is kind of funny because I realize I've been consistently leading with my +1 dagger, and I forgot to add +1 the last time. So the last shot should have killed him, but this one can. When he says, "I will not be the one," he can say, "You will not be the one to kill me." As he's saying that, I plunge the dagger directly below his Adam's apple, look him in the eye, and say, "Goodbye, motherfucker."
All right, you kick him down to the ground.
If that's the last thing I do in this fight, it will be worth it.
All right, so the sergeant falls finally. The reoccurring minor villain of the village of Hommlet.
Bastard.
All right, so that was at 4, and we got some little slightly slower combat things happening here soon, and that takes us all the way up to Sir Roderick, actually. At 8.
13.
Who are you attacking right now?
Bugbear.
Bugbear.
Bugbear. Okay, you're still on the bugbears then with the
Yeah, one. Yeah.
13. What does that hit? That's gonna be for you.
AC 5.
That's good enough. All right, yeah. So you managed to bypass his thick armor, just barely. Your sword plunging into him.
5, 2.
A battle that seems like it'll never end.
10 points from the broadsword.
Wow.
And the other one I hit with a 19.
Oh yeah, that'll do. That'll hit.
And he gets 14 points of damage as I pierce his chest with that longsword.
And you do just that. You pierce his chest, and as you do, he falls, causing ribs to snap, 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 and break along your blade. He
Is the
slides
first
to the
bugbear
ground,
still
and
alive?
there is one last bugbear who's actually not injured whatsoever.
Okay. I was hitting. I hit both. I hit one the first time and one the second time.
I know he needed both hits. Oh, you
Okay.
hit different and one. Well,
I hit different ones. Yeah.
well, let's just say you didn't because I already described it so
All right.
vividly. If that's okay with you, if you don't
that's fine.
mind.
That's fine.
All right. So that was at 8 and 11, Tuckdrin.
Yeah, I'm swinging at this guy's face. This priest.
All right, go ahead and. Did I attack with these guys last time?
With who?
Yeah. This
The
is a new
bad
round.
guys.
I don't know. There's no more bad guys alive near me
Yeah,
except for this guy.
The bad guys, they attacked, and then Ren died, and then we started a new round shortly after. So that's what we're on now.
Yeah, but. All right, that's right. He just did the one attack at the end of the round. That's why I'm being an idiot. Okay, I'm an idiot, right?
A bugbear killed a berserker,
Yeah, no,
Bluefield
it was the
ran,
Tuctrin thing at the end of the round where he had extra attacks. So like he went and it felt like it was a combat round, you know. So it just
I
confused me
gotcha.
a little bit. But I know where we are. I know where we are. It's all right. It's all good. Okay, so Tuctrin, yes. So
Okay.
he stands before you and he's kind of looks down at the wound at his side, and you know he just kind of looks up at you and smiles, and he says, "I'd really prefer not to take on new scars." He says, "But it must be done.
Too bad.
The lady demands it. You will be a perfect sacrifice. Who is your god? But something that the Spider Queen crawls upon. Come,
Clangaden
boy.
crushes spiders beneath his boot.
Take your beating." All right, so go ahead. You're obviously up.
Yeah.
He goes.
AC
Roll later.
-2 for the first hit.
Oh, that'll hit. That'll hit.
Thank God.
For 11?
I was concerned.
Yeah, me
I
too.
think
I was
we're
really
all
concerned.
It's the same.
If AC 0 doesn't hit something,
okay,
I'm
11.
scared.
So offhand isn't quite as good. Don't know. That's AC 1.
Not good enough. He stands there in his black cloak and he just kind of takes a step back and sort of like, you know, ruffles the cloak around your blade as it's coming in, and it kind of disrupts it ever so slightly. And he says, "Ugh, so foolish. Just like a dwarf. I'll have to wash the smell off this cloak later."
I spit in his face.
All
He
right, roll those
definitely takes a step to the side with his AC -1 AC. He's just like, whoop, nope. All right, so that was at 11, and now actually it's his turn. Oh no, wait, 12. Brother Rygar. I'm sorry, Brother Rygar.
Is his back to me?
The priest. You don't have enough people really to surround him to where his back is to you. I mean, he's standing at he actually came to stand at the very end of the hallway. So like, you know, the western hallway, he's kind of at that very end. So his back is to the western hallway, and he's facing towards you and your group.
What's over here, by the way? Because there's like nothing more revealed on the map.
It just extends into the far distance.
I missed him.
Okay.
It's the exit.
I missed him.
All right, you step up before, and he says, "Oh God, no! Please, shine your light somewhere else. The darkness rules here, as you will soon find out."
How many of my
Berserkers! Yeah. So what are they doing again? They're going.
They're
to attack
attacking
him?
the new folks.
Oh yeah. So how many?
I've got 7 left.
All right. So God. All right. So 7 left. And you sent 5 up here, right?
Every one of
so
them.
So they're in a full. Oh, all of them.
I sent every one of them.
Okay. So they just all go rushing up there, and it's a 7 on 8 all out melee brawl, and they're just all going at it. and so we'll say that that's what's happening. Okay, so they're just all in a ball melee. Are you there?
I got 117. That's a
No. They're all just fighting each other. We're not even going to necessarily play out every single strike, because it's a bunch of grunts on their side and a bunch of grunts on your side. We're just going to let them all be in a big hive of activity. So yes, there's like clanging and banging and swords and grunts as the Ravagers that have come from Valhalla face off against the minions of this beautiful priest who is currently awaiting his action here. So that was all right, let's see. We kind of defined what was happening there. Lieutenant and the sergeant is dead. Lieutenant says, "I really wish you wouldn't have done that, mage." and he pulls out his a hand axe in one hand and a dagger in the other hand, and he says, "It's been a while since I've used one of these to kill a man. It'll be nice to refresh my memory." And he moves towards you, Grey Ash.
Okay. AC 6 for now.
All right, so first thing is the hand axe plunges into you. Whack! And you just feel it cut into your side. And then his dagger is a 12, 16, 4, 3. AC 3? AC 3.
6.
Yeah, you're AC 6. Okay. And and the dagger plunges into you as well. Okay, so that is a D6 and a D4. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You take 10 total damage from the 2 hits.
Okay.
He says, "You're tougher than you look." He says it with all seriousness on his face. All right, so that was the one on one side, the lieutenant. On the other side, Tucktrin, you stand toe to toe with the priest. And you too, Rygar, actually. He says, he looks over at you, Tucktrin, and then he says, "I'm going to wait on you. You I want to enjoy." And he turns to Brother Rygar. And he brings up this staff, swoops it down. It's cocked. Swoops it down and whacks you right on the head with it, and then swings around his mace, but you manage to take a step back. But the staff, the short staff, hits you. And you take 15 points of damage. 15 damage as he hits you in the head with it. Whack! You just like stagger back. You're at 0?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're unconscious then. You're at 0. All right, you're down. Brother Rygar is down on the ground. Brother Rygar staggers and falls to the ground. And as he falls to the ground, staggers and falls, the beautiful priest, he looks at you, Tucktrin, and he says, it's getting more and more interesting by the moment. And he's kind of like spinning the mace in his hand as if he might be winding up for a hit on Brother Rygar. You're not quite sure. All right, so that was the priest's actions. Do you have additional attacks, Tucktrin?
No, I only had the 2 this round.
Does anybody else have any? Roderick, you don't have any additional attacks. All right, we're back around to the top of the initiative. Will things turn around for this mighty band? We will find out. Perhaps we must name this group JB's Jolly Bandits. Or maybe Dead Meat. Perhaps it's Command and Conquer. Right now it does look like Dead Meat, actually.
We're not very jolly right now.
I'm having flashbacks when Rob was like saying, "Oh, you're over leveled for this place. It's going to be a cakewalk."
Well, you told me to like boost them a little, so I did. I went and I did it.
I gave them all -1 AC.
No, I did a little bit of that. All right, so there were some other factors that played into this too. Like they knew you were coming at exactly the specific time you were coming, so that helped. That helped them a lot. All right, so the Brother Rygar goes falling to the ground, and we're back around to the top. Let's see. What do you want to do? What do you want to do, Grey Ash?
I'm gonna
You're still moving
Make
quite
use
fast.
of my haste, and I'm just gonna try and hit him with my staff, I guess. Like, I know these weapons are good, but they're not good enough that non-proficiency is gonna make up for it, so... Do I get one hit now, one hit at the end, or is it like 2 hits now with haste?
I'm gonna say 2 hits now. Because it's haste.
That's a 19, so it hits
Oh,
what,
shit!
AC
Is it a
1?
magical staff?
No, it's a regular staff.
Okay, you cannot hit him without a 20. Who are you attacking?
Oh. The guy in front of me, right? Like
The lieutenant? Oh, the lieutenant?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hit him. I'm sorry. What am I thinking? I thought you were...
Yeah, I'm not gonna attack the guy that literally
No,
can't
no,
hit.
no. What am I thinking? I'm an idiot. Yeah, his... Yes, I'm very certain. Well, yeah, AC, he has plate mail and a shield, so he is...
Oh my God.
Yeah, his AC is 2, so... And it says AC 1, actually, so he must have a dex bonus. And he does, yes.
Hmm.
So his AC is 1.
Didn't he say he pulled out hammer and dagger? Or did he drop the shields?
Oh, you're
Was
right.
it?
He dropped the shield,
Yeah,
so
he
his
did,
AC
yeah.
is 2.
Yeah, that hit him, I think. Because I hit AC 1 with that go 20 and
Yeah.
19, right?
Boom!
That's one hit, and the other roll is a 10. Yeah. Oh.
D6.
Staff is 1d6. Yeah. 3. An attempt was made. I hit
He
him.
smiles. And he shakes his head.
Hmm.
He
Oh,
says,
let's go
it's gonna
bravely
be
into the
over for
night.
you and your lot very soon. Don't worry. You're better off that I kill you now than they take you to the places that they would at that temple. And kind of shudders. All right, so that was at. Well, I guess we will. Yeah. Okay. So that was when was that? But this was a new round here.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
at like.
this is a new round.
That was at like
Yeah, we-
2.
Yeah, that would have been at 2. So we're gonna go. We'll. He would have gone first anyway. But let's go back to declaring. JB, what are you doing?
Home Slice is focused on Grey Ash.
The lieutenant is focused on Grey Ash. Yeah.
All right, 2 daggers, backstep.
Well,
to be
he
sneaky.
has to not know you're there. He knows
Yeah,
you're
you-
there.
You have to hide in shadows.
Yeah, you could hide in the shadows, and that would take a round, and then
Mhm.
you could do it the next round.
You can flank him.
Yeah, you could still get the bonus for flanking him if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
But you had
Backstab is
4.
times 4, isn't it? Or times 3, isn't it?
I'm at
Depends
level
on your
5, so
level.
I'm at level 5, so my backstab is times 3.
All right. What about Tuckdrin? Still going after the same guy. Let us not pretend something else is going to happen. What about Sir Roderick? The final bugbear, or
Yeah, I'm gonna kill this bugbear. Yeah.
I will kill this bugbear yet. All right, so Grey Ash whacks moves in to smash the lieutenant with his staff, and he almost mockingly laughs as he just swats it away, even though it did hit him and did damage. He just kind of swats it away as if it was nothing to him. He says, "For an old veteran like me, you'll need to do worse than that." And JB is next.
Okay, so do I get any bonuses or penalties for flanking? I'm
You're
trying to
plus
think through
2.
my brain.
+2 to hit.
+2 to hit. Okay.
Mhm. Yep. So you move around basically, and he's trying to kind of keep you both in range, but like
Okay.
you just wait for the perfect moment, and so that gives you that bonus of +2.
All right. +1 dagger. We throw it at him. Not throw it at him. We stab it at him. So that's going to be 19, 21.
Okay,
That's a hit.
that'll do enough. Yeah.
And that's 3 + 1, 4 damage. Second dagger is just going to be normal because that negates the +2 penalty or -2 penalty. That is an 18. That also hits.
All right.
And that is 3 more points, so 6 points of damage total. 7 points of damage total.
All right. He says,
Everybody
says-
fighting in the same corridor now except for me? Are they back? Are they in the
No, they're
original
fighting in the
corridor?
northern. Well, there's two. There's two in the northern corridor. Then there's two. Or I'm sorry, there's two in the southern corridor. That's Gray Ash and JB, and then there's two in the western corridor, and that's Nola. That's Brother Rygar, well, who's just fallen, and Tuctrin. And then there's you in the other corridor, which is fighting the bugbear.
All right.
So you guys are all sort of still split up. All right, so that was at 4, and he says, "I'm gonna have to take care of you. You're starting to annoy me." All right, that was at 4, and at 8 is Sir Roderick. The final bugbear stares before you. He also gives a eloquent monologue as a villain, but he does it in bugbear, so nobody can understand it.
16 is first roll.
Oh yeah, plunging deep the long
15
sword, the broadsword.
Oh yeah, broadsword. Okay, 6, 1d6. Okay, sorry.
Oh, well,
six-
you're using it two-handed, aren't you? Isn't it?
No, I got one in each hand, so it's the broadsword.
Oh,
is,
I don't know which one you hit then with. I just was being narrative, so whatever you were hitting with, I have no idea.
Okay, well, I 6 plus 1 with the, and then plus 3 is 9 points with the broadsword.
Very good.
And the second attack, I think I barely made that, was 13.
Yeah, if that's the die, then you're good.
Uh,
Of that I am certain.
10 plus 3, 13 more points to him.
Do you want to describe the kill of the final bugbear? Because I feel like you've been at it for hours.
Yeah, what I do is I plunge the first blade into him, and as I plunge the second blade into him, I pick him up, and I walk him into the other room where they're fighting, and I drop him off my blades. I look at that fighter that's squaring off against Gray Ash and JB, and I say, "I'm sorry I'm late. I've been wiping out evil."
Very
And
nice.
I'll toss aside.
There's plenty more here for you.
My long
Alright.
sword, and I'll pick
Righty.
up my shield.
So always wipe front to back.
Oh, JB. All of you just played your characters. All right, so that was at 8, and at 11 is Tuctrin. Go ahead.
Oh boy. All right, so I'm pretty sure that one hit. 23. That AC -5,
Oh, yeah, that'll hit.
and that's 10 points.
Ah,
This guy has so much fucking.
Another scar. Oh,
You ugly.
I'm
know if
through
I
dealing
hit.
with your friends. Now it's time for the main event. I'll admit you've wearied me. Is that all your attacks?
No, that's my main. Then I get an offhand. Then I get another one at the end of the round.
All right,
But
go
I think
ahead,
I'm
you're on
last,
it.
aren't I?
Yeah, but it's your turn.
Okay, so
That was your first and your second. I mean,
that was my
his,
first
the
attack.
guy goes on 13. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
whenever
so I
you
get-
go.
Okay, so 17 plus 2, 19. They go 18. So -1.
That's exactly what you needed.
I got to roll a 17 on the die to hit with my offhand. It's terrible.
That's tough, dude. Hey, man. He's like the
It
It could be
boss.
worse.
13 damage.
13.
Nice. 13 and off.
Now wait. Let's not get too hasty here. Perhaps we can come to some sort of agreement.
Your head on a stick.
Agree to die.
I
It's kind of
I
like
haven't-
staggering backwards.
I
It's
like
like
to
that.
say, oh, we've already agreed that you're going to die. and I just launch at him again. Of course, I don't get my last attack until the end of the round.
Yeah. But you're getting a nice little soliloquy in there.
You'll
All
be
right, so
flying through the air for several seconds.
yeah,
I do my best dwarven spring forward jump. Yeah.
All right, so okay, so that was at 11. Bugbear's dead. Let's go ahead and take care of the lieutenant first, who is just about to kill someone. He moved. He's standing before you, Grey Ash, and he says, you've got Grey Ash and JB, and he looks over his shoulder at you, JB, and he says, I'll deal with you in a moment. You might have killed the sergeant, but you'll see. You'll see soon enough. And he just turns back around towards Grey Ash and just like takes this like butcher moving towards a cow to slaughter. He's like, it's like there's no emotion in it. He is getting ready to butcher you.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
It might just be.
Oh my god, dude, you might have made out of that one. Okay, I rolled a 5 and a 3. So
that's good.
Okay, he still has I still got one more shield, so still AC 6.
Yeah, he did not hit you. Wow, lucky you, man. All right, well, you managed to flail around, and
Let's go.
the magic shoots in one direction one way and another direction another time, and somehow he does not hit you. You're surprised to look down and see that there are nothing but a couple of slashes in the hem of your cloak. All right, so then on the other side of the battle, Tuxtrin, you're sort of standing strong there when the beautiful one, he says, "Come now, come. Can't we agree that?" And he's sort of like taking a few steps towards you. Can't we agree that? And then he just takes a couple swings at you.
Yeah.
Which you probably expected.
Oh, fully. I fully expect to get smashed right now.
Oh, that
Nat
is
20?
that two hits and one of them's a nat 20. Yeah.
Oh no.
The nat 20 is the. Okay, so here's this.
Oh no.
Oh, and
Is
we're
it not
doubling
the
magic
staff?
bonuses too. It was established. Okay, let's
Yep.
see here.
That's gonna hurt.
Okay, man, that's so 5, 10, then 9, 18, 28. $30 damage.
Ouch.
Whoosh! You just like hear your ribs just like snap, like you could just like, and you're just taking a deep, sharp breath, and you just like you feel them stab holes into your lungs. And then he takes a swing with his mace. Swings down with the other side.
That first one's a system shock, isn't it?
And the third, I think it's 50. It's 50.
Oh, that's 50%
Or
for sure.
half. Oh, system
over
shock
half.
half.
But
Okay.
I made my system shock by a lot.
Right,
Actually,
The other.
Yeah,
the other
you probably got
one
like
is-
95% or something, at least.
Yeah.
97%.
Yeah.
Mm.
The other one does hit AC -3. So he. Oh, you're good, right? You're good.
I'm up depending on how much damage he does to me right now. He just hit.
You're
me
good.
again.
You're a good character, right? Though you're.
Oh, am I
You're
good?
lawful good, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
I
his
am,
his mace gets an extra bonus against good characters.
Yeah, lawful good. Yeah.
Or flail, I should say. His flail.
Of course it does.
Well, it's called actually, it's I've been calling it a mace, but it's actually a multi-pronged whip of sorts. Counts as a flail. All right, so it's a D6 +1 plus magical bonuses and strength. Okay, that +3,
Going down.
4, 5. No, this isn't a big one. 6, 7 points of damage.
Oh.
Mm.
You
Do
just feel
characters
the
count as aligned
attack.
at this level? I
What?
don't know. So do characters count as being aligned at this level? I don't know how that
You
works.
see, like blood is like coming out of his mouth, and he says, "Come, You can see perhaps I was hasty. We're worthy opponents of each other. Let's join forces. Spit upon Hommlet and their primitive ways. Let us spread what we can of a greater purpose. The purpose of shadows.
You have my
Right.
attention.
Yes. Shadows is what you'll
You
see
got
when your
my
eyes are
attention.
closed.
JB, you've got my attention. That is too good. All
Oh
right,
my
so let's see, where are we at? That was essentially end of the initiative round.
my
So
la-
now
my last
your
attack,
last attack. Yeah.
I rolled a 19, but it was on a main hand attack, so I plus 4, so that's a 23, 18, 5, negative 5,
Yeah, that'll do it.
same as my first attack. 4.
You see him like he takes a step in. He's like really staggering from injury, and he looks up at you for a second, and then he just puts his hands like wide, almost like open for the attack as you come in with the
Like,
axe right
so
into
I'm
his chest.
I'm really hurt. Like I'm like breathing heavy. Like I'm bleeding like a mofo. I just give it like the best swing I can. I hit him for 14.
All right, so he looks up like as the blade's coming in. He says, and he says, "Lareth, I come to your embrace," and the axe just plunges into his chest. And he just blood just comes out of his mouth. And he just sort of tries to say something, but he can't speak anymore. And he just falls to his knees.
Yeah,
Would
and
you
I'm
like to
gonna
take over from here as he's in his last moments?
Yeah, I'm basically gonna like stumble after I hit him because like I'm like really hurt, and I'm going to kind of like fall down basically onto like one knee just from the weight of the axe at this point because I'm so hurt. And as he's trying to gurgle out something, I'm just gonna take my hand and put it over his mouth and just crush his head with my crazy strength, just to end him.
You'll crush
And
his head.
And I'm just gonna say,
now.
Clangeddon does not care about your foul words.
Nice.
And just
You
crush him.
You say that and you crush him and you engage in that sort of violence of that moment. And as you do, you look over and you see the body of your friend Ren. His head smashed, just
Not happy about
obliterated. And although you got a certain level of vengeance, there's a hollowness within you that you feel because it did nothing to bring your companion back from the dead. Meanwhile,
Anywho,
the lieutenant is still in combat over there with Greyhawk and JB.
And me.
Okay.
I entered the room.
And Roderick. Did you get an attack this time on him? No, you did you killed the guy off last time.
Yeah,
you killed off
I brought the bugbear in and dropped him in the room.
you
there
killed
with-
off the bugbear. Guys, I know it's kind of late. Are you guys okay with continuing for a bit more, or do you want to quit? Call it quits right now.
We can finish it.
Call it quits.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
let's
good.
at least finish this off. I mean, all right. So the behind the lieutenant, I'm gonna just take over a little bit of narrative here. Behind the lieutenant, the raging barbarians from Valhalla, the ragers, and the remnants of those loyal to the priest, who you'll come to find out named Lareth, the Beautiful one. Are they slowly, or not slowly, but in a sort of in a display of savagery that's becoming all too common in front of your eyes, they essentially tore each other apart, fighting to the death, both knowing that there was no escape from each other. the barbarians, because they would be eventually sent back to Valhalla, and all they do is battle anyway. And these evil beings who knew that they would be put to the sword, these bandits, should they be captured, and so they end up sort of they're kind of just killing each other in the background. The lieutenant, however, once he sees that Lareth has died, he says, and this is how you learn his name. He puts his axe in its holster on the side, and he sheathes his dagger, and he says, "Lareth is dead. I have no further obligation to him." He says, "By the code of the mercenaries, I ask that you allow me to walk forth from this place. My business here is done. I care nothing for you or your companions."
Can I make a cold shot?
Actually, what I'm going to say when he says that, I'm going to say, "Evil which cannot be removed must be eliminated." And I step toward him.
Can I take the opportunity of him like sheathing his weapons to pick up the priest's staff?
Yeah, take that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I'll pick up the staff and see what goes down. It's probably better than my staff. Seems like it is.
Oh yeah, it sure is.
Assuming it doesn't kill me the moment I touch it.
No, you pick it up. It's a long white, like birch staff, white. And
I guess I can feel the energy and no magic.
oh yeah, like it's just carved. You know, kind of. It looks like a cool wizard staff. You guys, I mean, come on. Like, let's be honest. It's a fucking cool staff. All right, just imagine what you will. All right, so you pull out your sword here. Let's see if we can get through this combat kind of quick. All right, so the lieutenant pulls his weapons back out, seeing that you step forward, Sir Roderick. Let's just go ahead and roll a group initiative on your side. I'm going to roll a group initiative on his side, and we're just going to go toe to toe. Anybody that wants in on it, you can surround him, and we'll do a big fight.
A 2.
1.
We're doing a group initiative. Your initiative is off the die of 2 from Roderick.
I rolled 1. I rolled
you
1.
don't get your
use
1.
mine.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We
5
use.
minus 2 because I haste. So
I got a 10 over here. So he goes second. He goes last. You guys all go first. Roderick, since you just said something really badass right into his face, go ahead and do your attacks first.
Nat
Or your
20.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
Hell yeah, that's a good way to start it.
I know, right? Shit. How much damage we got on that nat 20? Math is hard, I know, but
4, 8, 10, 14, 14, and then I add my strength, right? That's doubled plus my strength is not doubled. That's 3 for 17 points.
Jesus, all right, that's nice. He says there's no need for this.
I think if he's evil, he could feel what I am. So I'm just going to glare at him.
Maybe
He says,
not.
if you intend to take this place, you'll need security.
It ain't secure if you can be bought, stupid.
And I'm going to look at him
That's
and say, "Don't worry."
JB of all people. I would know.
I'm gonna look at him and say, "Saint Cuthbert's vengeance will be swift." Maybe.
All right. So that was okay. So you go first, and let's say well, Grey Ash and JB are both right there. JB's faster, just as a general principle, and he's using daggers. So go ahead, JB.
All right, 2 daggers. We'll roll one at a time so we can just do that out. Okay, 16 for the first. That's going to hit a armor class of 1. Where's my
That's
dice?
good enough. Yep. Lieutenant has AC 1 actually. Plate, mail, and shield.
And that is 3 + 1, 4 damage.
Mhm.
4. Okay.
And next one. Okay, that's a 20, but that's -2 because it's a second attack, so it's 18, but it was still a nat 20.
A nat 20 is a nat 20. Doesn't matter.
Okay, cool. And that's double damage. That's 8 damage for the second.
All right. He's like, he kind of like, on the second attack, he kind of like spits up a little bit of blood.
Your
Says, "Come,
cult
seriously."
Your cult is stupid.
He says, "My cult. I care nothing about the cult. Think there are
Okay.
bandits who roam these lands. Not all of them are villains. I can
And
help
not
you
all
bring
of them
them
are
to
right
heal.
here, are they?
I can help you."
Help
All right.
yourself.
Help yourself. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Grey Ash.
We've been backstabbed once before. We're not gonna give anyone a chance again. Let's see if this is enough for you. And I guess. Oh wait, what? No, the first one was a nat 1 and the second one was a nat 4. So I guess I'm not very good with this new staff yet.
Oh,
All right, so is anybody else going to attack him?
I am going to heal myself while I move in that direction because I'm not close to them, so I've got to get over there.
All right, so he attempts to reach in and grab Grey Ash. And he
I got
misses.
magical AC, yeah.
Yeah, he tries to reach in like to grab you, like he's got like the dagger and he's trying to like kind of put it to your throat and you just like move out of the way. So he tries to do that. Go ahead, Sir Roderick.
That is a 15. I mean, what's his AC? He's wearing plate.
Yeah, he got plate and a shield. No, he doesn't have a shield, so it's AC 2.
Okay, I hit AC 1.
Good for you. All right, cool. I keep forgetting about that shield. Duh, he doesn't have the shield.
10 more points of damage.
All right. Golly. Death by 1,000 cuts. Come now, please. This is torture.
good.
Well, go ahead, JB. Good as you step in.
17. So that's a hit. And that's 3 + 1, 4 points of damage for dagger number 1. And that's 15 minus 2 is 13. What is that? What is that?
I
Nope.
don't think
That's
it.
5 AC, so no, I didn't hit on that.
All right. All right, and then Grey Ash.
Pardon? It's my turn again?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
We're just dogpiling.
Okay.
You like pick up your weapon again and just start to stab him again.
Fucking 3. Can I roll higher than like anything?
The music is
18. That
appropriate.
might actually hit with this new staff. I don't know what the
It
bonus is
does.
now.
It does.
Let's see.
Mhm.
What do I roll? D6?
It's a D6. Yep.
4 on the dice.
All right, let's see here. All right, so you hit him, and like you're like there's just this extra power in it. It's like whoosh, like right before you hit him, it's like, and you just hear like bones crack and like, how much damage did you roll on the D6?
4.
All right, like it definitely does much more. Like you're like, wow, that like really hurt him.
Good stuff.
Come. Don't do this. He falls to his knees. Brother Rygar, Sir Roderick, it's your turn. He looks very hurt. He's fallen to his knees before you. He drops the sword.
I'm actually just going to sheath my sword and look at JB and say, "Finish this scum." And I'm going to walk toward Brother Rygar and take out some healing herbs.
Paladin gives his blessing. Justice will be served.
Far be it for me to say no to the paladin.
So what do? He's fallen. He's like resigned to his death. He's fallen to his knees. He's dropped his sword. Just like lolling.
Gonna grab him around the head, lean down next to his ear and say, "You will deal with us now," and slit his throat. Hopefully.
Dark.
Nate rolled an 18, so I'm thinking that.
Collapse.
Yeah.
Collapses to the ground. Heavy weight. Blood just pouring into the ground there. As the battle goes silent, goes quiet, you can just hear the sound of your breathing. You did win, but as you look over at the crushed body, the crushed skull of your companion, Ren, who had so often guided you safely, you were not able to help guide him safely through this battle, and he fell. Was it worth it? All right, so we will, I think we're just going to pick up from like right here next time.
All right.
So I might not be able to do this game in 2 weeks. And I'll know like within the next day or two, probably, maybe 3 days, if that's the case. If I can't, do you guys want to play this game next week?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I'll need definitely like a 2 week break once we finish up this, because you just finished this and we're gonna do the rest of this map up here, and then we're gonna do a bunch of downtime stuff that's important. But then also, you will essentially have completed, and I'll tell you this as well, because I'll be giving you the XP next time, because I'll be able to calculate it all up. Well, we can have a little bit of this moment here for you. In fact, let me get a little nice music here.
Now is quick question, make sure I didn't miss it. Brother Rygar is still down, right?
Brother
I just put a
Rygar
healing
is
herb on him
down.
for.
Because I would like to
Yeah.
heal. I would like to heal him. if
Yeah,
that's
Sir
okay.
Roderick just walked over and healed him.
Okay.
Yeah, I used a healing herb to.
Yeah,
I'd
We're,
like
we're,
to-
we're stopping right here. We'll get to
Okay.
all this next time.
Okay.
But I did want to just say, although there was a casualty, congratulations, you successfully have completed T1, the Village of Hommlet, which is the first part of the Temple of Elemental Evil module, super module. So that is very cool. The villain Lareth, of course, is quite strong. So it was a good job done. But what I will do is we will next time we'll have we'll finish all this stuff up. I'll give you the XP for this because it's considerable, but I'm going to give you all that in live and in person. And then we're going to spend the rest of the time doing some downtime activities, some things I think that are really important. And I'll just kind of outline them, and you can tell me if there's anything else that you want to do. But I've got, let's see, I've got the Sir Roderick's Warhorse, the weapons and equipment from the Moathouse, Grey Ash and learning spells at Burns Library and the laboratory, establishing ownership over the Moathouse now that you've taken it, stuff with the traders establishment, anything that's going on there, and then of course returning the holy object, which I'll just finish on this as sort of the last detail. As you're all looking around, Roderick, you look down at the body of Lareth the Beautiful One, and you see wrapped around his arm is a small leather compartment of sorts. Straps, small closed device wrapped around his arm, and you can see more like a sigil to Saint Cuthbert on the outside of it. It's sealed. It's closed. But you can see it wrapped around Lareth's arm. Who's staining it with his evil as he was using it.
I'll move whatever plate he's got aside, chop his hand off, pull it off, and put it in my pouch.
I love it. That's awesome. All right, so let's stop there. But we'll do all that. If there's anything else you guys want to take care of next time, there's any other downtime things, because I'm not going to do like a full-on downtime. We don't do anything downtime. Some of this is really like these will be role-playing scenes that we'll need to do. But I want to make sure I'm going to give everybody basically going to have a month of downtime. I want to play that out. I want to give David the opportunity to let Grey Ash spend some time in the laboratory and the library, because that'll be useful for all of you for the spells. And then we'll just say that's the time it takes for you to kind of consolidate some other details. And we can kind of narratively just talk it out. All right, nothing major is going to happen over a month. We'll just say that, okay? Like, things stabilize for a month. So we'll deal with that next time. But first, before we get to that, we will finish off the Moathouse dungeons here. But I think that's where we're going to finish off. Bud, are you still there?
I'm dead.
Oh, but I'm so sorry, man.
That sucks,
I really
man. I like
am.
Ren.
I know,
Yeah,
I like
Ren was
Ren
cool.
too. I'm just going to be honest with you, buddy. You're not going to get a resurrection. I mean, you need a resurrection. Your face is destroyed. Your head is destroyed. So, raised dead is would have been an option, but a resurrection is not realistically going to happen. So if you want to make a new character, you can just take all your XP and just make a new character. I hope you want to keep playing. Oh, you can keep playing. But anyway, I hope that was fun. That was a final encounter. This has been a long.
This is when your ranger buddy from back east, your twin brother Ben, shows up.
Yeah, they're triplets. Don't forget Ken.
His son Ren Jr. here to get revenge for his father.
Who here hasn't done that? We're old school gamers. We've all done this.
Yeah.
Maybe not David. David's he's a little bit of a newbie in a way, but I know I did that.
We had a guy, the only character he ever played, it was the same character every time. He would join games and leave, but no matter what game, and this is over a period of like 10 years, he would pop in, play that character, and the stats were always different. I mean, but yeah, same character, same
What was his name? What was his name, dude? Starting with a Z.
Yeah, Zoltar. Zoltar.
Zoltar.
That is awesome.
Zoltar.
That is so funny, dude. Guys,
Like,
good times.
Can I play, guys? Yeah, we got Zoltar, and we take it out of a phone and hand it to him.
Sure, Zoltar fits right in. That was great. That was the end of such a big epic battle, and I know some.
I had 3 hit points.
Dude, that's that's probably the last time this will happen, because you get to this point where you start getting powerful enough that the damage it gets exponential, and there's saber dies that start happening and stuff. So you're kind of at that middle leveling right now, where you can still have these kind of battles to the last.
Yeah, considering the odds, we were pretty lucky with the damage against us. I had 14 hit points left, and I think I was the only other person besides Ren and.
The last thing that hit me, and it was last game, was the big shellfish. I didn't get hit once in this game.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was tactical though too on his part. Lareth is smart, and
Not anymore.
I played him smart. Yeah, well, he's dead now. But I mean,
He's so
obviously,
smart.
I'm
How's he
rooting for you
dead?
guys. I'm rather the other way. I mean, I'd much rather that you guys win. I mean, like the campaign's over. But anyway, all right, guys. Well, I got to get to bed. But thank you guys so much for playing, and I'll just give me a couple days, and I'll figure it all out with what's going on.
Sounds
And
good.
we'll either do next week or in 2. But either
Okay.
way, appreciate it. Thanks
Sounds
everybody who watched. Join the Discord and like and subscribe. And there's one guy who's commenting a lot. I forget what your name is right now, but you're semi-critical. I still got a little bit of an eye on you. Keeping an eye on you.
Pour one out
Until
for
next
Ren.
time. All right, take care, y'all.